You're
Let us
one
know.
size larger than you?
I am, yes, only one size larger.
Uh,
Okay,
Like-
his stream is up. Ninja stream is up. Guy, we're all going to die!
Oh, no.
No.
Hi, Twitch.
At least I think it's
I
up.
have some.
Having some
I have
network issues. Let's see.
I think it is up.
All
I-
4 of our watchers. Oh, wait, that's 4 of us. All
Probably,
4 of
yes.
our watchers. Oh, wait, that's...
All right. Now I am watching as well. Yay!
We're all going to die and we're all doomed, and it's all Psycho's fault. I can't remember why, I just know it's his fault. Probably even isn't.
Because I had to put the
It
kids
is.
to bed.
Technically, it's Ninja's fault, to be honest.
It's all your fault. Someone.
It's 'cause
I'm not
I-
pointing at anyone in particular. Except for
It's
me.
because I had to put the kids to bed. That's why. It's my
Yeah.
fault.
Yes. And you put your kids to bed, and they got all nice and cuddled up, and started going to sleep. And as soon as they fell into sleep, they turned into a giant evil tentacle monster that wants to eat our brains.
All right, so let me do a narration dump to get us back in the vibe. This is Darkest Dungeon. We're in the final home stretch. The poor citizens of the hamlet have begged for reprieve from the horrifying curse coming from the old mansion of the ancestor, who opened a portal to some unnatural otherworld and summoned forth dark powers beyond human imagining that drive mere mortals mad at the mere sight of it. So, you ventured into the Darkest Dungeon to face the final battle against whatever ultimate evil lives in here. But one of the major enemies to be faced in the Darkest Dungeon is the Shambler himself. A
I'll get paid enough for this
disgusting
shit.
behemoth, a gargantuan of fleshy tentacles and gnashing teeth and eyeballs and spikes with no set shape or form, not even anchored to reality, able to teleport around and move unnaturally and infest your mind with whatever dark thoughts it feels like showering you with at any given moment. So, you are in pitched battle against ultimate evil as your minds are being crushed by horror. I'm going to roll the new initiative.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh no.
Welcome.
Oh, he's here. He showed up.
Not in the final battle. Please.
I throw him.
That actually sounds like they do a lot of damage.
You're
Actually.
going to wield him as an improvised weapon? Alright, I'm jamming the button a bunch of times, and where it stops is the initiative. Alright.
Are we all like in this section of the map, or was someone thrown out because they weren't here when we finished last session?
Okay.
Castle Last Osiris.
I think anybody that wasn't around ran away. It's usually
I think everyone's here, including Memorial,
Man Morial?
the
man.
corpse.
Oh, okay.
Hooey,
I had a quick question for Ninja before we get started with this fight.
What's up?
Can henchmen use trinkets?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, we've never done that, as far as I know.
Scorbeak has never been able to use trinkets, therefore we cannot use trinkets. And I got kicked out of the game.
Try to reconnect.
Well, I was thinking
Lag.
Father Arid, whether or not Father Arid could use trinkets.
Betty was using trinkets. I gave him
What?
all stuff.
Well, if Long has been doing it all along and I never actually ruled on it, just go ahead. You can use trinkets on him.
This is bullshit. Where's Scorbeak's trinkets?
No. He's a familiar.
No,
I've
he's
never
he's
tried
an
to
actual-
get.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
use. I use him as my version of a henchman, but if this is the way things are going to be, I'm going to be giving my familiar the stats of a goddamn fucking spellcaster. Well, because I want to.
But Smitty's not even here right now, so.
I think maybe the restriction should be like class levels.
Is it my internet?
Father
No.
Arid has class levels. Smitty has class levels. They function like a character.
Technically,
can't-
Father Arid has class level.
Yeah, class level.
It's level 1.
So familiars being a summoned creature from wherever they come
And
from.
he's
His
gone.
brain is slowly melting.
Makes them a
from the
little bit
horrors of
different.
The Darkest Dungeon.
I think
Should
I've
at least
completely
be
lost.
humanoid.
I completely lost connection to the fucking like tabletop servers.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I saw you disconnect.
Try checking your Steam, see if your Steam needs to be updated.
Nah, it's letting me connect back now. It looks like it should be. Okay.
Yeah, I see it now. Okay. Well, anyway, Zelda's first on the docket, so top of the initiative in the center of this crazy pitched battle in the bowels of hell here. What are you going to do?
Quick question: what type of action is handing an item to another character?
Is that an
Interact.
item interaction?
Just a free interaction?
So
Yeah.
if you hold an item in your hand and somebody else uses their interaction to grab it, that's possible. Otherwise,
Okay, it's in my backpack.
if it's in your backpack, that usually requires an action to like open the bag, retrieve the item you want.
Like a full action or a
Full
bonus
action.
Full action.
Oh,
Now, if you put items, like I have a special item case where it's like if you've got like a belt or a bandolier or something where you can stow the item for like quick use, like Geralt in The Witcher
Yeah.
has his little like chest thing with all his potions on it. Quick retrieval, you could do that as a bonus action.
and Zelda has that. It's just I was gonna toss my spare trinket to Father Arid, but clearly that's not something he'd just have stowed in a pocket. He would have put that in his backpack.
Makes sense.
So, I'm not gonna cheese, retcon something that doesn't make sense.
Promotion, please.
So Zelda's gonna back up just a smidge to get further away from Technical Landia,
Thank you.
and he's gonna shout, "No fire spells," and cast web right behind the Shambler with his wand.
Wait,
So
Ninja, can I?
he holds out his wand, and a gob of white sticky stuff flies behind the Shambler and explodes.
You cut out there. Were you asking for the stream link?
Yes, you read my mind. Thank
Yes,
you.
I did.
Oh. Also, please don't interrupt Caster when he's describing his turn.
What?
Not Caster, sorry, Psycho. Please don't interrupt Psycho when he's describing his turn.
So, yep. So used another charge. Hold on. It was a 20-foot cube. Just trying to. I have to draw it real quick. And I forget how to draw. There we
Wait,
go.
if the creature succeeds the saving throw and they succeed, but they still stay in, like, technically in the web square space, do they have to keep remaking it? Or do
Yeah.
the webs, like, get destroyed?
Every
when they're
time.
freed?
Every time they do a. Every time they start their turn.
Okay.
So specifically, let me read the spell again just so we're all familiar, 'cause it's been a couple weeks.
So it doesn't do anything
And,
until its turn comes up?
Right, so you conjure a mass of sticky webs, 20-foot cube, so it does go up for anybody that flies.
I was
Has
just trying
to
to think of the logistics of it, because I was just like, well, once they, like, break out, don't they, like, tear the webs? Like, do they, like, magically reform back
They-
into the space?
they tear the webs that are currently on them, but they're still in an area. So unless they move out of the area, so if they don't move
Okay.
out of the area, then the next turn they have to make another DC.
Okay.
And
Alright.
so it lasts an hour or until somebody set the webs on fire.
Your
And so it
massive
happens
sticky
to-
webs completely coats the backside of the Shambler and parts of the hallway.
And I don't really have any bonus actions I could do. Other than teleport. Guess fire. Yeah, I will pass the remains of my turn.
All right, Long. You're
I
squeezed.
see all of my friends shoved into this hallway, and Rickrell is fat and in the way, grabbing onto this testicular monster. And I'm like, I can't get in there. So I just squeeze my arms together, and I will play the Battle Ballet.
Remember,
Yeah,
remember you've got bless. Remember your blessings, guys.
Does that increase AC by how much?
No, it just gives you a D4 to attack rolls and saving throws. Or what's the check? I think it's saving throws.
I'll be putting the cards for active spell effects like near the table.
Bonus action. I will start raging. So everybody gets 4 initiative, please. Make modifiers and 2 to hit, and you crit on a 19. Get 6% crit chance.
We get +2 to hit as well.
Yep, from Battle Ballad.
I never knew that.
If you create on a 19, does that include the addition that you get from Bless?
What? Oh no, the D20 has to roll a 19.
It's +5%.
6% crit. So if you're using a Dark Dungeon skill that has like 4 extra percent crit chance, or like intervals that's 5% plus 4 more, it'll bump it up 1 more level.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's see, we've got Web and Effect and Bless so far. All spell cards are over here.
I thought I had another Shambler image for his sub attacks, but I can't find it. That's unfortunate.
Man, have you put down a token to signify... Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Battle Ballad, yeah.
Yep.
And everyone just has it because everybody's in 30 feet of me.
All right, so you battle ballad. Did you have anything else?
I rage, so now I'm gonna roll D8, see what my wild magic effect is.
Which ancestor comes to your aid?
Oh, hope it's a good one against the Shambler.
5. What does 5 do? Humag Woosler comes out, and he... What does this do? When a creature hits... Oh. He puts up a magical armor around me. This will protect you against evil forces trying to take on you.
You mad, Woosler?
It's like... what was it? The guy from, from Dr. Seuss, the Sneed trees.
The Truffler trees.
The Truffler trees.
Horton, here's a who?
Yeah.
Horton here, so who cares? Let's come on, let's get on with the game.
Also, guys, I might die in
Alright,
2 months.
I have a question. Didn't you... I distinctly remember you, like, using a radiant beam from your chest in one of the rounds.
Yeah, that was another one of the magic.
Yeah, but did you do this now? Were you already in rage, or...
That was not during the Shambler fight. That was during a different fight.
Alright, if you say so. Ninja says, don't die. What is that in response to?
Sia said, I might die in 2 months.
And no one heard.
Everyone just glossed over that. Like, what?
Wait,
Well, where did he type it?
I did. I said it out loud.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
what's going on?
Oh, I made a bet. A very bad bet that I probably can't win, and I might die.
Well, why?
Don't do
you-
any
you
of those
literally
stupid
bet your
internet
life?
bets. Like
No,
one
it
of
wasn't
those-
an internet bet. I pretty much I bet that my friend Brianna couldn't beat me in a volleyball game, and then apparently she told me she played 2 years. So then I was like, okay, then let's make it a 6v6. And then I didn't expect her to have her entire volleyball team on speed dial.
Oh, no.
So it's me and 5 of my friends versus an actual volleyball team.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
Yeah, dude.
Toast.
And also, I made a bet, and she told me she won't know what it is until I'm done, until the game is over. And I agreed to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Kill this thing.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna die.
one hit. Right, so I am going to bonus action using the spell that I stored in my ring from earlier. Yeah, here's one I made earlier. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and I'm going to attack the Shambler itself as a bonus action.
Okay.
I need to make a token. I still haven't gotten around to making one. I'll get one day. But
I got you, boy.
I'm sure-
I got you.
yeah,
Saved
sure you have one.
object. Sword. Do you want the master sword or the long sword?
the longsword.
Long sword. You got it. There you go. Bam.
Master Sword is too pop culture, oriented. And baby, I'm Not that. I'm timeless, bitch. Right, so bonus action to the Shambler first.
Hang on. Does the sword get caught in the webs?
Well, it's not really a sword. It's more like a spiritual manifestation.
It should
It's
be.
incorporeal.
Yeah. All right. Swing.
Spectral weapon. Swing! 1 second. Hang on. Hang on. I got a D4 because I've blessed myself. A D4 plus 3, 17.
Again, AC at 20.
It's got an AC of
20.
Damn it. Not
The
even blessed 'cause
blubbering
they-
body of the Shambler contorts and shifts to avoid your attack.
It's holy light. That's my bonus action. As my action, I'm Eldritch Blasting it.
You added the +2.
No, I did not add the +2 from Battle Ballad.
19.
19. But no, it doesn't artificially crit, unfortunately. So, beam number 1, 22. Question. If I... Oh, no, wait. There's no way I'm going to get 30. But if I unnaturally get to 30 using Bless, do I still Savage crit, is my question.
If you have a 30, by whatever means, it's exceptional.
Yay! So, yes, then. So that does 15 damage. Force. That's the first beam. And the second beam is a 22 again. And that deals 10 damage. So a total 27. Was it 17 I rolled? No, 15 I rolled. Sorry, no, 25.
Didn't you guys do any damage to it last week? Or the week before that?
It probably
Yeah,
just got to us. It was busy getting to us.
Yeah, it just teleported to us, and then Rickroll tried restraining it or grappling it. That was
Yeah, I successfully grappled it. I'm going to restrain it this time.
Fair enough. Well, the first damage is dealt. Your Eldritch Blast, empowered by the angel Doralorius.
Duralius.
Sizzles on the body of the creature with angelic power.
Huzzah! And with that, I bravely retreat backwards a little bit. I'm gonna fly here. But yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Regril.
Alright. Let me just heal up real quick. And then I'm going to restrain it.
He's already
That's
getting webbed,
natural 20.
just saying.
Actual 20.
Wrong character.
God damn it.
Whoops.
Oh god, here we go. The horrors of Avery.
Well, I mean, he makes
Remember,
like 20
Regril, he's
characters,
webbed.
so it's understandable he'd be on the wrong one.
I already said I'm muted.
All right, give it another shot.
Still an actual 20.
Natural 20. All right. So you try to restrain the creature, but its tentacles just break off in your hands, and new tentacles sprout out from where they were.
But what's the crit roll come out
Yeah.
to?
Except he's got legendary resistance, so he chooses to beat your roll no matter what.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's really cool. Ah! That's really, really cool.
How many times does he get to do that?
3 times a day.
Has he already
Oh,
done
well,
it
is
twice
that-
due to web?
Oh, shit.
Actually, was
Shout
web
out Rickroll. Grab something other than his tentacles.
I tried to split his mouth open.
Grab his balls.
Okay, so
I
your,
smashed.
so your action was the restrain attempt. Do you have a bonus action you can still do?
Give him the good old dick twist.
I'm gonna punch him in the dick.
Well, I think you have to make an attack action to make a bonus attack action.
Well, hang on. If he tried to restrain it as an action, well, actually, was it an action or was it one of those you sacrifice an attack roll instead of doing it?
Hmm.
It
Because
was
if that's
an
the case,
action.
he would have extra attack and he could still attack it with
Yeah, you might be right.
It was an action.
what the restrain.
Yeah, I did a strength check on it.
Yeah.
Right. Then yeah, he only has a bonus action if that's the case.
And then I got nothing. I gonna try to squeeze over here.
All right, you shift
There's
your
a
body weight to
tentacle
the side. There's a shambling tentacle occupying the spot right here. It's going to prevent your movement. Well, I guess you could sort of like you said, be squeezing so that you're not in that corner square.
Yeah,
But that will put you at disadvantage, so be wary.
It's fine.
Why don't you squeeze in the other side?
Oh yeah. Boom. Whose torch is this?
I'm gonna say you have to fit into at least 2 squares, so you could
That
fit
torch was
into
probably
like
mine.
these 2 right here if
Yeah.
you're squeezing.
Do you still want to squeeze, or do you just want to take up the full 4 squares?
I
Just
think
be
he's
on
trying to
that
make
side.
room for you, right?
I'm trying to make room for them.
Ah. Just somebody blow up the Shambling.
Father
Oh,
Arid
God.
shall fight for glory.
Okay, well, hang on. So Rikaril, then Houdini, then the creature goes. So is Houdini gonna do anything?
Houdini. You know what? Sure. He's gonna go. He's gonna be in the square, but he's gonna be up.
All right, so you're up near the ceiling. This room is pretty tall.
Yep. And he's gonna be assisting against whoever attacks this tentacle.
All right.
If I can figure out how to make that him fly. I always have trouble with that utility.
Lag. So if you pick it up and you're holding it, then just press L on your keyboard while you're holding it, and it'll lock it in place.
Got it. So yeah, so move plus assist.
And then
That's
if you
his
need it to be higher than that, you
ability.
can hold R and then hit L. R will lift it even higher.
Is this gonna permanently be Father Arid's marker?
Well, give us a new one and we'll change it. But for now, he's Big Hand Morty.
Oh, okay.
We all love Big Hand Morty. Come on.
We all love Big Arm Morty.
All
I
right.
mean, he
Call
kills
Father
Shocking
Arid by
Raptor.
his name. Father.
Houdini done.
Houdini
Morty by name.
done. All right, so the Shambler, you made him use his legendary resistance to get away from your restrain. You still
Web
have him.
checks
You still
first.
have him grappled, but he's not restrained. Then the web kicks in. He uses another legendary action to not be restrained by that.
Is it a saving throw save?
It is,
Stacked.
and he failed it. So I used another legendary save, and then,
Then I guess
Little
he's free to
legendary
move, and he's no longer blocked.
Did I put a note on him? I did not. I believe he already used the 1 attack, so that's recharging this turn.
I just want
Yeah,
everyone
he's
to
some
know.
sort of weird multi-tentacle, multi-attack spinneroo thing.
Just want everyone to know. Even though I've got the concentration ring on my character, I'm not concentrating on anything yet. It's there for the future.
What to do here?
Already wasted 2 legendaries. Try to restrain it again.
I think Rikorou, you moved a little too far over, making space.
The best I can do to get you guys some hits.
Yeah, but now you're not blocking him from attacking your cast.
Yeah, but he's still grappled.
He is not.
No,
Alright.
he's just not restrained.
He's
He's
not. Oh, he's grappled, but
Well,
not restrained.
Grapple reduces his movement to 0. So if he wants to have movement,
so
he's
he's
going to
still
have to
stuck.
break the grapple. But
Oh, I see.
instead of trying to break the grapple, he's going to use his multi-attack to make some attacks. So, Rikaril, he makes 1 attack against you. Tentacle Slap plus 8. That's a 13 to hit.
Nope.
All right. He makes another Tentacle Slap from the other side. These are like the tentacles that just regrew, that you ripped out the old ones, and these new ones come in, and they're just trying to slap you. This time it's a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, so both of those tentacles miss. He's going to... did I have 2 spores? Is there another one somewhere?
I think there's one by the minion.
Yeah, there's like one right here, I think.
That one disappears, and a new one's going to grow within 30 feet. So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bloop. This thing pops up right next to Father Arid, and he leaps with a start as a strange tentacled thing comes shimmering from the shadows. Let's see. So that's as part of an attack, one of those appears. He's still got 2 actions on his multi-attack, so he's going to do an Undulating Withdrawal.
Guys, really quickly, who's going to be the one to tell Corpse that he's muted?
I mean,
He messaged me saying, "Am I in a call?" Or who's going to be the guy to tell?
No,
me?
I know I'm muted. It's just because of my breathing. You always complain about it. I'm just saying, like,
good.
I've been here like the whole time, and nothing.
Okay, move through the void. The Shambler can vanish into the void as a bonus action, so that uses up his bonus action. He appears here, squeezing.
Oh.
Yo, what the fuck?
hey, lucky man, now you can hit him. This doesn't provoke
No.
sentry, right?
I believe that breaks the grapple because
Yeah,
he temporarily leaves the physical plane, so you're no longer holding him.
Can you do that every
Wait,
time?
hang on. When I go with him, since I am holding on to him,
I think it's like a teleporter.
Do you want to
You
die?
just literally dissolve in your arm and rematerialize.
Sure,
Yeah,
you
he's-
went through the 500 planes of hell for a brief second. Take 5,000 stress damage.
He's probably going into the ethereal plane, so for a moment he just passes through you. And he can do that as a bonus action every turn.
oh,
So that eats up his bonus action, and he's still got... he's got 2 things. So he's going to do one more slap against Rikaril, just for good measure. Oh, look. This time I got a 26 to hit.
Oh
okay,
boy,
that hit. Yeah, that hit.
that's not a natural 20, is it?
No, it was an 18 plus 8.
Oof, close.
It only does 14 damage. He rolled really low on that 46.
Well then, that's good.
I'm the
14
guy who generates
slashing
11
damage.
a turn.
Let's see. What
Zon?
else do I do? What else? Okay, the last thing is called Undulating Withdrawal. Every creature within a 10-foot circle has to make a DC 17 Constitution save against poison, as an enveloping cloud of poison spews from every orifice in its body.
Bye, Houdini.
If you're immune to poison, you don't have to worry. But DC 17 con save.
Skullbeak is immune to poison. I'm not.
DC 17 con save.
17.
Jesus, just made it.
I never get poisoned.
Come on, Big Daddy needs some good numbers.
What?
Got a 21, yay!
Psychofro. A 1
That's-
for
Yeah.
It's a
a
nice.
1 for Zolder.
Why
see.
is the lonely snow?
I need to see what Father Arid's ability is.
22 poison.
2,
Jesus Christ.
22
God.
poison
Damn.
Wait,
on
does everyone need to roll?
Zolder.
Yes, everyone within 10 feet of the Shambler, which is everyone.
It's going to do
Father
22
Arid.
or 11. It's a save for half.
Memory.
22 or 11.
It's a
Save for half.
25.
Wait, am I even anywhere near the everyone?
Well, I.
I think you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're down the hall. Well, not like the corridor, I think.
You're not close enough that you got hit by that, so you don't have to worry.
I think
But you do
I
have to do
died
something.
from it.
Anything.
Oh, Zolder, you like this? Add a D4 to your save. Oh, no,
Also,
wait,
is my
you're not-
mic quality?
Never mind, you're not blessed. Sorry.
Is my mic quality any better? Or
Yeah,
sounds good.
Houdini, Father Arid. Houdini doesn't matter. He's dead because even 11 damage and he's toast.
Okay.
So Houdini just literally dissolved into a pile of goo. Father Arid and Zolder both just start puking profusely. Father Arid is almost dead.
Oh boy.
He's got 2 hit points.
Score because
So-
of immunity to poison,
So
I
when
don't-
you get the poison status, which is also part of like this wallop of poison damage, it reduces your max hit points by 5 and his max hit points by 2.
Follow
His max hit points get reduced by 5.
Yours, if you failed it also.
Okay, so I go to
So
34.
anybody that gets the poison status, your max HP is reduced by a
Forever?
D6. No, it's a temporary reduction. It's while you have the poison status.
What are the other
Oh,
conditions of poisoned? Disadvantage to attack rolls, was it? Hang on.
Yeah, I think so.
My DM screen's somewhere around here. Here it is.
Basically have disadvantage to like everything, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty
Nah,
bad.
poisoned is disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks,
So yes.
not saving throws. Though we could be using Grit and Glory poison, which uses a different rule set.
Okay. So start a timer, 1 minute timer. Like 10 turns. That's how long the poison status lasts, unless you can use a spell or something to fix that.
Let's
Oh,
Rage is just 10.
Zolder actually takes 6 less damage because that is an eldritch enemy.
That's true.
Is it a beast enemy?
He
No,
is
he's pure eldritch.
an aberration and eldritch.
Damn. Okay. Is that the end of his turn?
Yeah, let me make a note. Poison 1, and what was the other one? The other one was the Lament. That was 3. Now it's down to 2. So he's got cooldown timers on a couple moves.
Okay. Is that the end of his turn?
Yes, that is everything he can do. He lashes out with a furious whipping of tentacles and a tremendous fart cloud that stings your eyes and your skin.
Yeah.
Causes several of you to begin projectile vomiting horrendous amounts of whatever you ate recently all over the floor.
Oh man, that vampire's body.
All right, so Scorbeak surviving the poison without a scratch.
Yep, without a scratch. Skullbeak will cast. Oh, I hope this thing doesn't have a good wisdom side. Will cast. Toll the Dead. I had to think about what it was called for a second there. Toll the Dead on the Shambler. Make a wisdom saving throw. Skullbeak is a descendant of the angels, and seeing this abomination fills his heart with fear, but not as much fear as he will get from later on if he doesn't do it.
Shambler
was like,
gets a
where's he going with
6.
this?
Fail.
What did he roll?
A 6.
Wait, what? He doesn't like any unnecessary pluses or something? Just
You gonna tell me what his pluses are to wisdom, or are you keeping that to yourself?
I rolled a 4 plus 2.
+2?
So he has pluses in wisdom, is what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
He takes 12 necrotic damage unless he's immune to that shit.
Nope.
Huzzah.
Wait, where am I on the initiative, actually?
Scorbeak
Wondering
rejoices.
if I take off my giant.
It's going to be your turn right after Scorbeak. So is that everything for Scorbeak? He's done?
Yep.
All
Yep,
right,
that's him.
your turn. So you're right in
Okay.
this thing's face. It's right in front of you. The horror. What do you do?
All right. So, normally, I would just try to shoot it, or stab it, or throw my spear at it. But now, okay?
You gotta
Wait,
try
did someone
and-
already... Did someone already try using magic?
An Eldritch
Yes,
Blast
so you
hit it.
started-
Did it have any resistances?
Nope.
Nope.
I am not body slamming a sampler. Oh,
Just the
that marionette's
saxophone
name.
music kicks in. Dun, dun, dun. Picture you, Osiris, vampire, it, the Shambler, tentacle, beast, monstrosity-looking motherfucker, looking at the moon. Across the stars, it's big, it's round, it bounces on the ground. No, not the moon. What are you thinking, dirty pervert? You look up
I
into
was
the
thinking about a
sky.
basketball.
You look into its hundreds and millions upon millions of eyes. Share a relaxing evening. Something's got to happen. body slam.
You can see that the
Alright.
creature is squeezing, so it's got disadvantage.
So wait. So you telling me it would be fully possible to actually body slam this thing with an unarmed strike?
It is 2 size categories larger than you, so I don't think you can.
It's like you said, it's like rubbery though, right? So if I were to squeeze hard enough,
He-Man, it's bigger than you.
so if I were to squeeze hard enough, would I be able to body slam the Shambler?
I think only a natural 20 would do that. But
Ninja?
that's like
I think he's just immune to anything like that. Any attempt to grapple him or throw him, he's just straight up immune. He's too big.
But then he get grappled already.
Well, your
By a
friend is
large
like
creature.
a werewolf that's large, so he's only 1 size category large.
Can you become large?
No, I was going to make a joke, but I'm just going to hold that back.
I do have a potion if somebody wants that.
Yeah, there you go.
You have a potion of like that can help me
hang on.
change sizes?
Of growth, yes.
Hang
Would
on,
it-
no. You have. I just want to understand something here. We are using the official squeezing rules, are we not?
Anybody who
Yeah.
attacks him has advantage to hit, and he has disadvantage to attack.
The fuck? He was squeezing when he was over here.
No, not disadvantage to attack. Yes.
We get advantage to hit. While squeezing through a space, a creature must spend blah blah blah. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage while it's in the smaller space.
So attacks
So it
against him
has
will have advantage.
It was my advantage.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember the rule when you're doing that.
Yeah,
All
think
right.
about it when it matters,
Okay.
dude.
One of your rolls. If you had advantage, do you roll the 3 dice? Because that's what your roller's doing. If you had the 3 dice, one of yours was supposed to be a 19, which was supposed to be a crit. But
Yeah,
Wait.
one of them was a crit ninja.
Well, too late now.
Wait,
Yeah,
could I
Live and learn.
could I take the growth potion and body slam it in the same turn?
You don't have it though. You'd have to be given it.
Would I be able to be given the potion and drink it and then body slam it in the same turn?
This turn,
no, because it's not
probably
my
not.
turn.
You need to wait for
But-
He-Man to give it to you.
That's what she said.
That would be an that would be an action.
It's not on a bandolier or something, is it?
It is.
All right. So if He-Man points at his potion on his bandolier and says, "Here's this thing," and you are within 5 feet of him, which you are, you could use your interaction to take that potion from him. Or no, it has to be a bonus action to take a potion from a bandolier, I think. So.
All
yeah,
right,
that.
all right. So He-Man, are you gonna put it on your bandolier or?
It already is.
But
All
then
right.
it's like an action to drink the potion, isn't it?
Yes.
So you can grow this turn, but you wouldn't be able to do anything.
All right.
Also, how would you grow? You're gonna
Wait, how-
squash Zalder and Father Arid.
And layer on into the ceiling.
They have enough hit points. Okay, they have enough hit points. They'll survive.
Ahem.
No. 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 Just no.
You're gonna squeeze even more puke out of him. He doesn't have any more left.
How many hit points do you guys have left?
Other
Not
airs
many.
at like 2.
I'm only at 60 out of a possible 60. I don't have any.
I'm like 52 out of 66 right now. About to heal it back
Zalder's
up.
at like 40.
Wait, how big would I grow from drinking this potion?
1 size. You'd
Yeah.
be large. You'd fill 4 squares.
And I'd be able to body slam it.
Yes.
But it's not happening.
Just stab him with your spear.
But it would be funny if I were to body slam him.
Look, dude,
We
don't
want
do
to
it.
kill
We
him.
want-
We don't want to have giggles with him.
There is no fun in D&D.
There is no fun.
Do the letters F, U, and N.
The cool body slam move is great to use on like small goblins and minions and stuff, but if you're gonna try to do it against the big boss bad, you're gonna have a hard time.
Methods prefer getting the rules of.
Just remember, he still has a legendary resistance. He can just decide that you failed even if you succeed. So maybe you should just try to hit him.
Hey,
Sorry, did he just voluntarily accept the damage that Scorbeak did?
Well, he failed his save, right? It was a Toll of the Dead.
Yeah, but if you can just decide to, is there a limited amount of times you can fail on saving throws?
Yeah, it's 3 times a day for legendary resistance. So
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
like,
he is
it's just
limited.
damage, whatever.
I'm just gonna attack it with my spear. 10 to hit, 9 damage.
He didn't want to be restrained because that limits his ability to eat you, but
Wait, do I have
he
advantage
doesn't
on
mind
hitting?
some damage.
Do I have advantage on hitting him because he's
Yes.
squeezed? All right. Okay.
I don't think a 10.
I have a feeling everybody's always going to have advantage to hit here.
20 to hit, 11
Yep.
damage.
This is what happens when you don't use your own friggin' plane of existence. You squeeze, and you get advantage, and we get advantage to hit the fuck.
Okay.
Mind you, please don't attack Osiris or He-Man, because now that new rule has come into place, you have advantage to hit them both.
Well, see, this is a little weird
He
for
also
him
did
because
disadvantage.
normally he would pull prey into his pocket dimension, but you attacked him here in his own lair. So,
How the fuck are we meant to get into his pocket dimension?
well, he can suck things into his pocket dimension through the Red Orb, but you never activated the Red Orb, so.
The suck.
Didn't we try? I thought we tried.
Well,
No,
Oh
just,
no,
no,
wait,
no.
we
We are
no,
trying
I
to lure him
remember.
over here, and then he
Okay.
teleported to us.
Yeah,
so we have
we
the
wanted-
advantage.
we didn't even want to
After
fight
his
the Gambler
little-
here. We just wanted to fight his fucking minions.
Sort of.
We
I
have
mean,
the
me
high
and
ground.
Rickrilla have disadvantage now because we're squeezing.
Yes, Rickerill and you have advantage to be hit, not to
So-
hit, to be hit.
Alright.
All right,
But,
so
like,
he
let's see
took a
here.
bunch of damage from your attack.
No, it's both because we're also squeezing, so he has advantage to hit us, so it just cancels out.
Yeah, that's right. No, it doesn't cancel out.
Wait, so
You
he
have
got.
advantage to hit each
You have
other.
advantage to hit each other.
20 just barely
Oh.
hit him.
It would cancel
Oh.
out.
When you're
You have-
squeezing, you also you have disadvantage to attack.
No, you don't.
You have both. Yeah, you do. Part of the squeeze.
No, you don't. You don't
We
get
just looked it
disadvantage
up.
to attack when you're squeezing.
It says right here, and it has
And
disadvantage
has
on attack
disadvantage on
rolls
attack
and
rolls
dexterity saves.
saving throws. Attack rolls
Is
against
that-
you have advantage.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's delayed.
It's both.
So basically, it just cancels out
Yeah,
against
yeah,
each
that's
other.
what I was saying.
And then my poison cancels out against the advantage I have.
Oh,
with him.
okay. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage while it's in.
Yes, don't need to repeat the rule a third time.
Okay, fine. Jesus.
So
Okay,
if you're
but for
squeezing
everyone-
and he's squeezing, they cancel each other out.
For everyone not squeezing, we get advantage to hit the guy then.
Yes.
Yes.
Unless
Well, so wait.
unless we're poisoned, in which case we don't have advantage.
I'm not
Which you
poisoned.
just have like
Me.
Wait, so you're telling me that if I wanted to hit either Zolder or He-Man, I would have advantage.
Sure.
Yeah.
No,
No.
They're not squeezing.
no, you
Well, He-Man
We're not
is.
squeezing.
Zolder's not.
He-Man is. I'm not.
He's just
I'm thinking about. I mean, Rickroll. That's it. Yeah, Rickroll.
Yeah,
he's
Rickroll, you'd
squeezing-
have advantage to hit him.
I will
Alright.
smash your head in.
Can't do that if you're squeezed. I am gonna wait. Who's at 2 hit points again? Father Arid, right?
Are you trying to kill
Yeah,
Father
Father Arid
Arid?
has 2.
No, I'm trying to heal him. I was going to cast Healing Ward as a bonus action. Jesus Christ! Just immediately, you're going to kill Father Arid?
Everybody in this group's paranoid. This is the madness of the
Please
darkest
heal
dungeon.
Father Arid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn you, squeezing.
Everybody's got
Anyone
the
can
space
be trying
madness.
Father Arid is healed 5 hit points.
Thank you.
Wonderful. He'll still die by 1 hit.
It's the
Wow.
Shambler. It's kind of expected.
All right,
Shambler had to
Father Arid's turn is here. He's a cleric. He has healing spells, right?
Had. He's used up his spell slot.
Oh my god.
What?
But he is a
How
leper, and he has an ability called Solemnity, which is one of the 4 I sent you this week. I wasn't sure if he had made the card or not.
Solemnity.
So
Nope.
he heals. It's only rank 1, but he's gonna heal 1d4 plus his Wizmod of HP and stress. So it's not worth a lot right now, but eventually. And right now is all he needs to do is to run.
All right. So hang on. What does he have? He has chop, solemnity.
I
Don't you
think I gave him
understand?
Q and withstand.
Hue
Yeah,
and
chop, Q, withstand,
withstand.
solemnity.
And what rank are they at?
Well, they'd all be 1 because
All
he's
1,
never gone
yeah.
into train.
He's level 1 still.
Can the rank be higher than your level, or can
No.
the maximum rank? Okay, so
The
the most you
maximum,
could ever.
the maximum rank of your skills is the same as your character level.
Okay,
So
the
he
highest
can
you can
only
ever go is
get
3.
Dungeon Darkest is Darkest Dungeon skill rank 3.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so he's gonna heal a D4 plus 1. Ooh, a whole 2 hit points
Oh boy.
and 2 stress. It's better than.
Oh, Zolder, don't you understand? That's in reference to the Lactber, by the way, not you.
I don't believe he has any bonus action. Double checking. Hold on. Yeah, I guess that will be it.
Alright, Corpse, do stuff.
Yep, Corpse, it's your turn.
What's up?
Go,
Come on,
Corpse.
Morale.
It's been an
Do
hour, oh
something.
my god.
Is it?
Is it my time to shine?
It is. What can you
Yes.
do?
I do absolutely nothing.
Not
Wait,
a whole lot.
It's Corpse's turn now? Is
All
it
right.
Morion?
All right, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
You'll die in 1 hit.
I will.
To be fair, most of us could. It's the Shambling.
That's why I sit back and observe from as far as I can.
Oh, motherfucker's just trying to farm the level 6.
He's trying to get the
Aren't,
extra.
wait, aren't you a monk? Don't you have like shurikens or something you can toss at it at least?
Do you have any ranged
He's
attacks?
bare fist.
I think
You don't have
Yeah,
any.
fair.
Did you choose gold over weapons?
I didn't choose anything.
You dumbass.
Oh my.
I didn't have
Poverty
enough time.
build.
Poverty build.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's not poverty, it's hardcore mode.
It could work. It could work. You know, he is a monk. Fair
You
hands.
Big brain, big
really, you need to get up this close to the fucker. How are you gonna do that?
Wait, you could be
Not-
the Shambler. You're a monk, right?
No.
Come on.
Yeah, why can't
Is there any small enemies I could kill to at least get a bit?
Nope.
There are
It's just
actually.
a
Shambler.
There's
Rabbit
several
cultist.
minions in the hallway.
But you have to leave the room with
can
the
I
actual
take
boss
them?
fight. Oh,
No. I sit back and observe.
Oh fuck.
Aaron,
You
I'll
just
Take notes even.
They're actually not too
You
bad.
taking?
Psychofrog, here, I made a board for you. I'll just put it by your spot here.
We're fighting
I
for
got
our
kicked
lives,
out.
and you're taking notes.
Oh, we all got kicked out, did we?
Yeah.
Shit.
You guys are like level. I don't even know.
I think once you create a new object, Ninja, we all get kicked out.
It does seem that way. I forgot about that. That is a thing that happened last week.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, it's admin time. I gotta do stuff. Bye.
That's fucked up. It never used to do that for years and years and years, but that's a new feature.
What feature now?
The one where if you create a new object on the table, it kicks out everyone.
Oh.
But only if you're the host.
But at least now Father Arid will have all of his skills on a nice board.
Thank you, by the way.
Just gonna put this new little asset here. It's over! Abandon ship, everyone! What? Beep, beep, beep.
All right, so Memorial. How'd your figurine
Memorial.
get here?
Managed to hit this guy.
So weren't you over here? You were like behind He-Man, right?
Yeah, he is.
All right, so Memorial. Your character was following along behind the party, and they got into a crazy battle with a huge, horrifying demon. You're huddling cowardly at the end of the hallway here, trying not to be noticed by anything. So from here, you can see that This hallway is full of these like dried up husks, just corpses stripped of flesh and sandblasted clean, and they're all on the precipice of this sandblasted red cliff overlooking an endless hellscape of tentacles and broken I don't know, what would you call that? Plateaus? Broken plateaus and fountains of blood in the distance. But further down the hall in this direction, you can see near this enormous shrine there are several rapturous cultists who worship the dark powers here. And they are praying to this altar of evil. One of them's badly injured, the other one is not injured. You can see that the one that was not injured tears at himself, and the one who was injured, some of his injuries go away, and the one that was not injured acquires some new injuries, so he's able to trade his wounds to heal his allies.
I write that down in the paper.
All right. If you use a movement, you could run towards them, but you wouldn't quite get to them this turn. You'd only make it that far in one action. Or with one move, I mean. Since you move about 30 feet a turn. So, do you want to approach...
I'll just sit back and watch.
You're just going to hang out here and watch? You don't want to approach the rapturous cultists?
I don't see any profit that I would get from that.
Do you have a ranged weapon, like a crossbow or something?
No, I have no weapons.
You don't have a weapon.
It's like the dumbest thing you would have done. How did you make your character?
I didn't want to make this character for this thing, but I accidentally deleted my other character. So.
Oh boy.
So you're role playing the naked and afraid version of Darkest Dungeon.
He's playing the deprived class in Dark Souls 3.
The deprived class in Dark Souls for sure.
Well, you could always punch it like normal.
No.
Like a normal person.
Yeah, just punch it, man. Come on, he's right there. He's just standing right there, man. Just all shambly. You even have advantage.
So hey, there's corpses all over the place. Maybe you should go check the corpse and see if there's a weapon on it.
Okay. Can I do that in all one turn?
Oh yeah. On your turn, you have enough movement. You can get to any of these 3 nearby corpses. So take your pick. Corpse 1, 2, or 3.
The one that's closest.
Probably be this first one here, but that's going to get you a little closer to the cultists. Do you want to go here, or do you want to go the other way?
Wait, will they attack me if I get closer?
Well, they haven't noticed you because you're ducked down behind the wall here. But if you go out into the hallway, they might.
So if there isn't a weapon on that, then I'm just screwed. So no, I go to one that's farther away from them.
Okay, so you're going to move over to here where you can inspect the corpse. So you investigate the corpse, and I'll go to my loot generator and see what sort of random shenanigans you find on the body. Okay. Let me see here. I got to get a card. All right. The corpse has a suit of studded leather armor, an iron sickle, and a oak pellet crossbow. All right.
What now?
Can I take all of that, or just like is there a set amount I can only take?
Let's see here. So, removing a suit of armor from a corpse takes a while. The sickle is just in its hand. You could, break the fingers open and take the sickle. The pellet crossbow is hanging from its hip by a little hook. You could just grab it off its belt and grab the quiver of, let's see, what does the pellet crossbow fire? It fires shots like a slingshot, I think. But it's designed like a crossbow.
Fire sling bullets?
I believe so.
They'll take
That's
the
kind of cool.
It does
Is
a
it
D6.
like a little handheld?
It does a D6 bludgeoning instead of like piercing, like a crossbow would normally do. So it's just a bludgeoning crossbow.
Is it like
basically.
a little handheld catapult? Like you pull it back and goes quack quack.
Well, it seems like it's designed just like a crossbow, so it looks very much like a typical light crossbow.
I'll take the
Except
stick,
instead of a bolt in the slot, you just have, a sling bullet,
Ball bearing.
a ball bearing, right?
A slingshot.
Okay, so with your movement, you go over here. With your action, you loot the body. You can choose one thing to take. Do you want the sickle or the crossbow?
sickle.
All right, you pick up the sickle. You're now armed. So you still have a bonus action, but what's your class?
I think he's a monk.
Yeah, monk.
Monk. Monks probably would only use their bonus action to make like an offhand attack. So since you're not in combat, you're probably not going to do that. I think you're probably done there, unless you want to move back into the hallway.
I do.
Okay, so you run out, you grab a weapon, and then you run back to cover. So now you're armed and you're back under cover. And did the rapturous cultists notice you? Oh, for sure. One of them definitely saw you.
Fuck.
Whoops.
All right, I'm going to roll the new initiative. We're going into the next turn. Bam. Zolder.
Yeah. Zolder does not like being in melee. Zolder will use his bonus action to teleport here.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, internet's gone down in my place.
Gone down entirely.
That's what I'm gonna figure out now. I'm off to go and look at the Wi-Fi router.
Shit.
It's flashing purple.
Nice.
Turn it off and
That's
turn it on
weird.
again.
The router too.
Turn it back off.
Pressing the off button. Waiting a second. And
You should,
now
you should wait.
pressing
You should wait a
the
full
on button.
20 seconds before you power it back on.
It's 30 seconds over here.
Is it? Boy, you got slow routers.
Yep. Shut the fuck up. Better out than
So-
you.
Zolder is moving back into far away as he can so that he can get his attack bonuses back.
You have to be
I mean, you're still
15
gonna.
feet
You're not
away.
gonna get your attack bonuses back.
shambling tentacles too close to you.
Shambling tackles. Back. All
It's
right.
still poisoned and
Anyways,
you're still squeezing.
well, I'm not squeezing, but the Shambler
What?
is.
The other way around. Sorry. You're still poisoned, but
I'm-
it's still squeezing.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna go and try to fire off. This is artillery, anyways. I only have +9 to hit.
Can you hit the shambling tentacle behind it too? Or it has to be.
They have to be adjacent,
They are.
and so
Are they?
are they?
Yep.
Oh, the one behind it. Okay, yeah. So I'll hit them both or attempt to. I forgot there was one behind it. 23
Nice. Hits both.
and +7 damage modifier because they are eldritch.
Oh, you're good DPS in this fight.
Now when I roll a 4 and a 1 on the D12s,
All right. So the tentacle, 12 damage.
Good.
The shambler, 62.
Fuck no.
Do you do bonus damage to them? Because they're of what they are.
yeah, that was the +7.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'd just be normally 2d12, which is still not too shabby. It's just not, amazing.
Did you already add the +2 to hit?
I would turn the 24 into a 26. I don't know if that does exceptional for either target.
Let's see. It would be 24 for the spore.
Okay, so he does exceptional. So I'll re-roll that
1.
1. So the one's
Wow,
at 11
10 extra
now.
damage on the.
Another 10.
So
Puts it at
22 damage on
22.
the tentacle then.
It explodes. With a wet splat, disappears.
So giving a taste of the Shambler some of his own medicine,
Mm,
tentacles fly out of the ether and smack him and his little minion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got bad news, guys. Router's still not working.
Mm.
With the power of hentai, I shall defeat you.
Wait, what now?
Tentacles
heard.
coming out of the void.
I don't know then. Hang on 1 second. Internet's going to be off. I
Self-ultimate.
don't know how long for. Don't you bubba me. Nothing I can do about it. You're going to have to wait until it comes on, or there's no internet for the rest of the night. By the way, yay! Or boo. It's one of those situations where I'm happy or you're sad. I'm also unhappy because I'm not happy either.
Yeah, that sucks. You're gonna need a new router.
Oh, I hope not.
The man god just have a canonical death.
Do you get a router from your ISP, or is this your own personally owned router?
Oh, ISP.
Well, I mean, at least you get a free one, ish.
Yep. But
Free
yeah,
in the
if I'm
sense
going
that
to the
you're
rest of
free
the
to
night.
keep paying every month for a router.
How the hell am I going to solve this? Can't use the one.
Rickroll's turn now.
Do you know how to do those things with the the flush the DNS and all that stuff?
No, but it doesn't matter. I can't connect to the internet to change the IP configs anyway. Oh well. I'm just gonna have to watch the stream
Guess so.
like a pleb
Mm. All right.
until internet comes back on.
So, anything else, Elder?
I don't really have any bonus actions unless you'll let me take a bunch of different bonus actions to dig through my backpack.
Didn't you already use your bonus action to
Oh
teleport
yeah, I
there
did use my
so
bonus
that the
action to
Shambler wouldn't
teleport.
hit you?
Yeah. Yep, I'm done. You're
Okay.
correct. Thank you, sir.
Rickroll. Houdini's dead.
Just put him in the bag. So, Ricaril.
I'm gonna buy slam it.
Of course.
From squished position.
Let's just move over here, get that out of here, and then jump on
Nice.
his ass.
So you're standing in the 4 open spaces behind him. You're no longer squeezing.
Get this Mentos out of here.
Hey, that's still in effect.
No, he's not.
Rickroll's not squeezing anymore.
He's not.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Ooh,
Yeah, he's not
perfect.
Shambler
Oh,
size.
honey, thank you.
I'm trying to treat that unarmed strike. I'm trying to do wake, so. Okay, they both miss.
Neither one was a 20?
Nope.
Ooh, look at that.
So-
11, 7. Your arms swing through the open air as he phases out. With a swish and a flick.
Alright then, that's all I got.
That's skadoodle. Your dick is now a noodle.
Wait, don't I have advantage on hitting him? Oh,
You would
You
have
do.
advantage.
Oh, I get 2 more attacks.
You get one more roll.
I get 2 attacks, actions. So they have both of that.
You already rolled advantage for the first hit?
Okay,
I
so just roll 2 more. That'll be the second attack. Okay, so...
Jesus Christ.
Boy, he's hard to hit. Okay, so swing, swing, miss. What does Father Arid do?
Rick, I don't think we're gonna be fighting a Shambler, Rick.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, internet's back.
Nice.
Yay.
Reconnected me
Other
through.
Air's gonna continue praying for his life because he still has no hit points.
While he's doing
He
that,
has
can you also
7.
pray that my
Is
internet
he just
holds
gonna
up?
stay there though? Near the Shambler tentacle?
If he moves away, he's gonna have an opportunity attack, which will mean less hit points. He does not have a little rock of teleportation like Zelda does. That will be shortly fixed, but not right now. 5 hit points. We're getting there. And 5 less stress as well. So I mean,
motions. And then when
Does
Mad
he have any bonus
connects,
actions?
He does
Nearly there.
not. He's I mean, he does have some spells that are bonus actions, but he's out of spell slot.
Yeah.
Very
Right,
sad.
so then he's just
Very
staying
sad.
there.
Yeah, he's gonna stay there.
Alright. Leiron's back.
all right,
Yes,
Mad,
I am.
Leiron
He's just an
flying in the
extra
air.
Target.
Shambler got
Just
closer.
in time for your turn.
What do you do?
Well, let's see. Just kidding. I already know exactly what I'm going to do. Right. As an action, I am going to twin spell haste. It will be targeted onto He-Man and Rickaril. Yeah, I'll do Rickaril because it seems like they're doing the most. Are they doing the most damage, or is it me?
Hard to tell.
I mean,
I think
Rickrell
maybe
just
Zolder's
whipped-
doing the most damage.
Haste is old, but isn't he a wizard? Does he really need haste?
He's a
I'm back.
spellcaster. He's a
He doesn't.
spellcaster. I can't help him. Is haste a touch action spell? I think it is.
No,
Uh,
30 feet.
30 feet.
Sure.
Yeah. Is
But
30
you have to concentrate.
Oh, I can do that. I'm not concentrating on anything.
Yeah. Just letting you know.
Okay. So haste on Long and would be Zolder, but nope, it's gonna have to be Rickaril. On them. I'm gonna back up a bit, and as a bonus action,
Hang on,
I'm
your sword would go away. That's a concentration spell, also.
no, it's not. Spiritual weapon is a minute
Is it? All right.
duration.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not a.
It's meant to be used in conjunction with other spells.
Gotcha.
So I will be bonus action attacking with my sword. So let's move a little pipsqueak. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20.
You can probably move it in the space that just got liberated by the tentacle.
Yeah, I can move it there. So I'll move it there. And of course it goes through the fucking tile because the mods have no idea how the hell to... And now it's gone! And now it's gone completely. Hang on.
Yeah,
0, 0.
Use the
Mentos
Mentos.
as your
Use
spiritual
the
weapon.
Mentos. There you
Yeah,
go.
fine. Spiritual weapons there.
It's a
Fucking
spiritual Mentos.
sword.
What'd you do? Throw it in the hidden area?
It's complicated.
Yeah, I
Hang
can
on.
see the outline.
Yeah, I found it again. I just can't grab it now. And now it's gone. Oh, no, hang on. There it is. Got it. And just
Ah, there it is.
move up! God damn it!
What is it,
Trying
like
to change
underneath?
its verticality. It's like embedded into the cards in the board or whatever.
That's weird.
Just use the Mentos. Just use the Mentos.
Never. No,
Don't
no.
fuck with that, please. Just copy paste it. Bought a new one. I don't care.
Made it really
It's the
wide.
Mentos of the
It is the
I
fattest
don't
sword
even
ever
know.
now.
Oh, there it is. Okay, fine. Fuck it. Use the Mentos. I'll deal with that shit sword later that looks like a fucking flattened Dorito.
Satin Dorito.
Whatever. I'm not paying that. Spiritual weapon. Yep.
Swing, swing.
A fat Dorito. I'm googling that.
The mighty blade of
Uh,
diabetes.
Highest I got was a 22 because advantage to hit, and I get to roll. Well, D4 wouldn't help. No, D4 wouldn't help. So it deals a maximum, a total, a gigantic 12 damage.
Okay.
Apparently,
I-
Fat Dorito is the SoundCloud rapper.
And I use my action to haste He-Man and Rickaril.
I saw a
But,
rapper
yeah.
the other day. His rap name was Pooh Shiesty, and I laughed so hard. You got to be
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
kidding me, Pooh Shiesty?
Who's Shiesty?
Pooh Shiesty is his fucking rap name. I laughed so hard.
Fat Dorito. I want to hear that track.
Anyone see what happened to the sword?
It's right here.
I see it. It's in the web space. It's really flat.
Oh, there.
I moved it over here because I was making a joke about the blade of diabetes.
Okay. Is that it? Leiron?
Yep. Have fun with your haste.
Alright. I will use one of my actions to solo and taunt it. And be like, flippity flip in my weird squish space. And I will use my hasted action to double attack it. Wait, should I reckless attack? Nah, I'm not gonna reckless attack.
Armor class 20, he's
Not
hard
a
to hit.
boss.
Let's see. Where is it? It's just a straight roll. 'Cause
Yep.
both of us are
Don't forget to
squishy. That
add-
is a critical. Oh.
Hell yeah. Hold on. Let
Oh,
me get my roller up. I didn't have it open.
don't forget to add your bonus AC for haste.
Bonus AC. Wait, for
You
haste.
get two extra. You get 2 extra AC for haste.
Oh, okay.
Haste
put a
is
card.
just bonkers.
I'll put a card with the effects
Yeah, my
over
AC is
the
at
pile.
20 then. I mean 28.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hard to hit. Weapon attack critical hit. You strike with extreme force. You get to roll an additional set of damage dice above and beyond, which means you are rolling 96 on your weapon.
Oh my god.
Dude, I have 26 AC now, so thanks for that.
And then I do. Does it take any reduced damage from acid or lightning?
It does not.
Okay. Then that's not 12. That is 13d6s. And I am
Yeah.
raging. Is this including my rage damage rating? Yes, it is. Okay. He takes a whopping 58 points of damage. Oh yeah, and
Shit.
stress reduction. Damn, there were 4 1s in there.
Not
but
many
also 4
people can actually
6s.
see you now, right now, though. Well, I guess Sia and Father Arid can see you, corner to corner.
And Rickroll? Rickroll should
No, because you got that big ass wall between you guys.
Okay, so stress. He-Man, you recover 9. Within 20 feet, you recover 2.
I'll take it.
So I get in my space and I'm squishing and I grab with both hands my hilt and I like lean it backwards and just straight thrust it in its fucking mouth.
Yeah, right.
Stab.
Can we roleplay haste to act like drugs? Like you take haste and you're like, oh my fucking god, this is awesome!
Haste is D&D math. Yeah.
And I don't
Ooh.
believe a 14 hits.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
not even with bless.
Oh yeah, you with blessed. Like my
You overextended
sword
a little
got
bit.
stuck in there.
That was a hell of a
Had to
hit.
haul it out.
58 damage
Nice.
in one shot. I'm impressed.
And I spend the rest
That's
of
almost
the
as
night,
much
like,
damage
wiggling
as the
my sword out
fireball.
of its face.
It took a lot of buffs to do that, but you did it.
It's worth a lot of buffs to do that.
Uh-huh.
Alright,
Oh, my
I
free
stay
point,
in my space.
no.
Scorbeak.
Yes!
Over it.
Scorbeak, toll of the dead. Ooh.
With my big
Roll of
+2
fame.
wisdom, I get a 10.
Huzzah, you fail. 12 damage again.
Nice.
What's
Alright.
with the 12? We got a lot of 12s.
The creature thrashes about in pain as it's taken considerable wounds this turn.
12 is average for 2d6. That's 2d12.
All right. Corpse, what's Marmorial going to do this turn? You've got your sickle. See here? He's here.
muted
Moonlit
it.
Corpse.
Lamarion.
Moonlit
Might
Corpse.
still be muted. What's up?
There we go.
He is muted.
Manana walked in. Just sit back and watch, though.
Are you still doing nothing?
Why are you
have
here?
to
I'm
recognize-
level 1. I'm
You have
level
a
1.
weapon. You have to contribute something.
If you want to gain a
okay,
level,
you know what?
you have to participate
Kill
in
the
the combat.
cultist.
Go for the
Okay,
cultist.
Kill the
okay.
cultist.
At least hit it once. That's all you have to do.
Okay,
Or try.
wait, if I hit the cultist, does it account for the whole like boss battle too?
The cultists are part of the boss battle, yes.
Okay, I just smack one of them.
All right. So you're going to rush towards the cultists. You pop out from behind cover. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is going to get you to the end of the hallway. Now, the cultists are still
Doesn't he have
Yeah.
bonus movement for
10
being a
feet
monk?
away from you.
15 feet. What's your movement speed? I think like level 2
I don't
monks get
much.
that, don't they?
I thought it was level 1 got to move 40. I thought they were immediately.
I've
That
never
might be
played a
wrong.
monk before. I don't know.
What was the question? Sorry.
Yeah, just wondering how
Don't
fast
monks
a
have a
monk
base
moves.
movement of 40?
35 feet, I think. Or no, it's 30 feet regular. It gets an extra 10 feet when they level up. I think.
You get
yeah,
unarmored
I'm looking at
defense
it.
and martial arts. That's it at level 1.
Second
Yeah.
level, plus 10 feet.
They don't get unarmored movement until second level.
6th level, 15
Okay.
feet. 10th level, 20 feet. Okay, so let's see. Do you want to throw your sickle at him, or do you just want to hang out?
Just hang out.
Okay.
Just sit there.
So that was your movement. What you can do is the dodge action, which will give you +1 AC against any enemies that you see.
Okay.
Or
You can also
what is
prepare
it?
an attack.
Or no, it's disadvantage if they
They
attack.
have
you.
they have disadvantage.
I always get that wrong. All right. So that'll if you do that, then you'll have a little better defense if they try to hit you.
hmm
All right. So after Memorial, Osiris, you are right up in the boss's face. This massive pulpy flesh roars at you and spittle flies everywhere. What do you do?
Why? Every time someone's described this thing, it's been testicular, pulpy, something else.
Yeah, it's a shifting blob of just nastiness.
All right.
Do
Okay.
you see this thing?
All right.
Yeah, bro, look at it, man. It's just epic.
It's nasty. It's just nasty.
All right. Am I in socking grasp range?
You
Nice,
are.
nice.
You are right next to it. He-Man
Right.
and the creature are battling right in front
Wait,
of
is that
you.
a spell? That's a cantrip. Okay, socking grasp.
You also have you have double advantage because Rickrell's also
Double advantage.
yeah. So you get like
Oh, so glad I do.
Yep. Flanking
is it
and
+1 or
Yeah,
Is it-
+1
is it +1
for
or +2
every
for double
additional advantage.
I thought it
I'm
was
so glad
two for every
advantage
additional
exists.
advantage.
It used to be at one point, but now it's +1.
10 hit. Wait, do I roll again or is that just?
You roll again if you didn't count the advantage.
Well, I rolled once, got a natural 1. I rolled again, got a 10.
Oh, then you got a 10.
Yep.
You used a 10.
Bummer.
That's
A 1 and a... What do you roll?
10.
6.
The
So it's
0
10
makes a lot
plus-
of difference.
So it's 11 plus mods.
So basically,
No,
because
no,
you had
if you
double
roll the
advantage,
6 plus 4.
it would have actually
Oh,
been
okay.
like a 6 and an 11, but both of those will still miss. So you attack, and neither of those hit. Do you want to do anything else?
Yes. I want to use Form of Dread again. So that's another D10 hit points. That's 1.
How's everyone's hit points looking?
That's an extra 10 hit points.
I just got hit by the 11 damage. That's
I think
it.
you already had +8 from a previous time.
Yes, I did.
Those are like bonus
Does
hit
that
points.
go away once it wears out, or?
Bonus hit points don't stack, so your 10 overwrites your +8 that you already had.
All right, it's much better anyway.
Yeah.
All right, and I want to use my movement to. Let me look at the stream. I want to prop myself in like the square after like the entrance to the hallway behind He-Man.
If you move there, the creature will whip you.
Oh, can't say that, but
No, actually, I don't think you even can. You can't move into this space to get into the hallway, so you wouldn't be able to.
Okay, so I'm stuck. Oh, I'm just gonna back up to the square in front of Leiron. Will that work? Or not in front of Leiron. Who's that with the green hand over it?
This is Father Arid.
This is the one with the green hand over it is Zolda.
Yeah, can I get in the square in front of Zolder? I want to charge.
So
next
you
turn
could
with my
safely
spear.
move to this square or this square, but if you move further than that, it whips you.
Unless he
Okay.
uses his action. Oh, he already did.
Do you just want to move here next to Father Arid?
Didn't this Shambler tentacle die?
The one behind him did, not the one in front of him.
Okay.
I couldn't target that one because it wasn't adjacent to the Shambler.
All right.
Yeah, I want to move to the square next to Father Eric.
All right, so you're still within the creature's reach, but you back up ever so slightly, and then let's see. The Shambler itself is going to. It's going to
Move
make
forward.
multiple attacks.
We're all in the same corner. This is bad.
All right, so Shambler tentacle
No,
against.
no, hang on.
Are all the casters in the same
It was,
corner?
hang on. It was like this, okay?
Correct. Shambler tentacle misses Rikaril. Shambler tentacle tries to whip Osiris. Does a 14 hit Osiris?
14? No.
All right. Tentacle misses Rikaril. Tentacle misses you. Tentacle lashes at He-Man. That's a 17. That doesn't hit. Not even close.
Definitely not.
This is supposed to be a challenging boss fight, right?
All right. Well, hang on.
It has disadvantage to hit every one that isn't squeezing, remember?
Wow, this is. Ooh. I expected more of a challenge.
Don't say that.
I'm just saying, like it's supposed to be like
you're-
some end-game boss, and we're just standing here like, oh man, tentacle, oh man, oh wow, that did so much damage, man. He's so scary, little octopus-looking thing.
All right. Well, I mean, you asked for it. It does.
I didn't ask for it. I did not ask for it.
It slaps you with a
I mean, you 100%
DC
asked for it.
17 dex save. It swings its tentacle in an arc. Creatures in a 10-foot circle around the Shambler must make a DC 17 dexterity save.
Am I within 10
Poor
feet?
Father Arid.
You happy now? Are you happy?
This is going to
Yes.
possibly hit Rikaril and He-Man and Osiris and Father Arid.
A dex save.
DC 17 dexterity save.
Remember,
Oh, I just
so
came back
hang on,
with
let
that one.
me just so there's an advantage from haste. Let me just hang on.
It should.
Yeah, you
but
have
it's
advantage
not,
on
so-
dex saves because of haste, and you get a plus. You get to add your a D4 from bless, and you get whatever other bonuses apply. So I know that
Never
He-Man
mind,
has danger
actual
sense.
20. Actual 20.
Lucky you. Father Arid takes 25 damage to the face. Thwap!
He's dead. He's dead.
Father Arid goes down in a heap.
Shouldn't have helped him.
So that's He-Man gone. No, He-Man. Father Arid gone.
He down.
Sorry, I muted myself. So he's hitting us with a deck save instead of hitting our AC.
Yes.
So you get advantage from haste.
I have double advantage because danger sense and haste, but I'm also one disadvantage because of squeezing. So it's just
Oh, yeah.
regular advantage.
And you also get the bless. So add a +4.
Plus D4. Okay.
Add a D4, yeah. Ooh, let's see if you're saving.
Oh, that's a okay. That's.
Oh, boy.
All right, so who failed? Is it just me?
15. Does that save?
Nope.
It was DC
no.
17.
With all
25
the ones we
damage.
could give you, not enough.
25 damage?
Slashing damage. Now, He-Man,
Slashing,
you
okay,
cut that in
that's
half
resistant.
to 12.
Okay.
Oh man, my temporary hit points. No, I just got those.
That sucks. Don't
Not my
don't ask for it to be a challenge again.
Well, you see, it's funny you assume that I'm not having fun with this. Do it again.
Okay, then die.
Oh, look
Trying
at the
to kill
bright.
all of us.
I'm not. I'm not. Okay, I'm just saying it's supposed to be an end game boss. Where's the challenge?
All right, so this appears.
This is the final
Oh,
one.
oh,
The fuck?
God damn it. I did not
Theo's
want to
the
do that.
final boss.
It wasn't me, was it? I accidentally pressed the bottom button on my mouse. I thought,
Wait, what?
no.
It's funny you're looking on screen. Who did that?
That was my fault.
Just dropped. I wonder, like, just another
no,
Sampler
they're
boss fight. There's just like a dimension where a piece of giant fucking extra dimensional wood just lands on top of them and crushes everyone, including the Sampler.
Extra big body slam activate.
All right. So what happened there is I highlighted the Shambler tentacle and I hit copy like a bazillion fucking times. And then I went to paste it in and it pasted something totally different that I didn't mean to
He
paste.
pasted Father Aaron's skill word.
It's like, what the
Hey,
fuck?
what's up,
How many times do I have to hit Control C before this game stops lagging and realizes what's up?
I mean, that's like you asking when is this game going to behave to the functions that we tell it to do, and I mean that's never going to happen. That's like 2020 being a good year. That's never going to happen.
Okay.
Now he's giving himself advantage.
He-Man, something climbs from the shadows beneath your feet and fondles your buttocks. Roll a wisdom save, DC 12.
Oh no. Wisdom save.
This could not.
Oh, 12. Just made it.
12. All right. This is actually like both of the Shambler tentacles writhe and begin making a horrifying noise. It's actually everybody that can hear has to roll a save against it. DC 12.
What if I were to stab my eardrums out super fast?
If you are deaf, it has no effect.
So
I
like
mean-
if I were to make a reaction and stab my eardrums out with 2 daggers.
I mean, I could actually cure that with lesser restoration.
you're
I mean,
telling me that's actually
could
a
actually-
decent.
That could actually be a valid strategy. Go in, stab out your ears, come out. I'll bring it back.
Wait, actually, I don't even need
Bring it
lesser
right back.
restoration. If
DC
I'm deaf,
12,
I'll
what
just
kind of attack?
I'll
What
regenerate.
kind of save is it?
Will do I?
Text chat
Does
there.
it hit me?
6 and 10 stress, DC
Thank
12
you.
wisdom save each. So you guys each have to make 2 wisdom saves. He-Man already made the first one successfully.
Okay, so I have to do another.
Can I
does it-
use a reaction to stab my eardrums out?
Nope.
Does it
Well,
hit
that's an
me?
attack.
Or is it like
Ooh,
right next to the wall?
If
Alright,
you've got
I
ears
have
to
succeeded,
hear, it
though.
hits you.
Other than that, it's a 7.
Did I roll? No, I didn't roll. Hang on.
8. I have a lot of 8s today. Jesus.
I have.
No
a
one's
lot
gonna
of
talk
actual-
about how I hit a nat 20.
You didn't say
Shooting
anything.
at
about it.
ones.
So
You were just quiet, like.
I know. I was just laughing my ass off.
Oh my
how
god.
much damage does the second one do? How much stress damage does the second one do?
Okay.
And
The first one was 6 stress, the second one was 10 stress.
okay. So
I nearly failed that.
Yeah.
Zolder has damage resistance, so he's only gonna take 4 stress then. He failed the second one.
Okay. And the last thing that happens is the Shambler disappears and appears right here.
Oh no!
Oh, come on, guys.
And we're using instant transmission. What a challenge! Yes.
Right.
It'd be challenging to Mario.
Okay.
Can I just confirm, what was the stress damage for that last round? Was there stress damage if you failed? No, was there stress damage if you
It's
succeeded?
all or nothing, right?
Okay, so Shambler Tentacle 1 screams, DC 12 wisdom save against everybody who can hear. And then the other Shambler Tentacle does the same thing, and that was the potential stress. It was 6 stress on the first Shambler Tentacle, 10 stress on the second Shambler Tentacle. If you made your save, you don't take the damage.
Oh my god, why am
Well,
I
I get
running
it.
slow?
Would I get a
Fact.
disadvantage? Go ahead.
Never mind. Just
Many of
try.
you might have modifiers, like stress damage modifiers. So if you have a trinket or something that says you get more or less stress, it would affect any of those rolls.
Wait, would I get disadvantage for stabbing my eardrums out on perception if I were to do it my turn?
I'll say you can just deafen yourself on your turn if you've got tools to use. Like if you've got a pair of daggers and you don't mind.
Yeah, I have 2. I just plan to literally just take 2 daggers and just.
Yeah, see how well that goes for you.
However, I mean, you're gonna deal like at least a couple D4 damage to yourself doing so.
2 D4 damage plus my modifiers.
I stabbed 2 blades into the sides of my head.
I mean, you don't have to
Oh, yeah,
do it
that's-
hard. You don't even have to put strength into it, but a dagger does a D4. Yeah.
You'll be dead though. You're low on HP, aren't you?
I have 13 hit points.
If you want, you could instead of using daggers, you could just clap your eardrums as hard as you possibly can with two unarmed attacks, and they will pop your eardrums without doing dagger damage. You'll only take 2 physical damage, I believe, and be deafened.
For how, wait, would that be temporary or permanent?
Permanent,
Go
I
for
think, until you get a spell cast on you to fix it.
Less
Wait,
arresting.
wouldn't I regenerate?
As a vampire, yeah,
Yep,
in a turn
they
you
grow back.
regenerate.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so there's no point.
Wait, could I do that right now, or do I have to wait my turn?
Well, it's not your turn yet. The creatures just went, so I rolled the new initiative, I think, right? This is the new one?
Oh, He-Man
Yeah.
goes first.
Did Memorial? Is it? Yeah, I think so.
He already went before the creature went. So this is the new
Alright.
initiative, and he's towards the bottom, so He-Man is first. The creature behind you now, and the
Okay,
hallway's blocked by this thing.
I'm going to reckless attack, so I'm going to give myself advantage while I'm in this stupid hallway fighting this non-squeezing enemy. I'm gonna swing, try to chop down straight from above, vertically at it. Does a 21 hit?
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
Armor class 14 on these little guys.
I bet you he's going to bring us back into his own dimension.
Oh wait, I want to see if it's exceptional. I have blessed. Oh,
Yes.
it's 25. It's
All right.
exceptional.
Yay!
This does. Oh, I need to switch change the. Jeez, I'm not rolling crit damage. Can change the damage modifiers. 5d6.
Triple crit.
And then re-roll one of the 6s. See if it's higher than a 3. It is not. So it does 31 damage to this little sucker.
Okay, splat.
Chop him.
It dies.
All right, and then we use hasted movement. 5, 10, 15, 20. Get outside this hallway.
No one
And
can squeeze in.
this thing is still is the Shambler squeezing in this space?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
because he's huge.
and
Remember,
then
you
because
took
I
that face.
killed something with a wait, what?
Oh, hang on.
Remember what?
I'm gonna say out here he is actually not squeezing.
Okay.
However,
I'm
he
assuming he's
is.
fitting a 6-space like rectangle thing.
What I'm gonna. So three of his squares are hanging over a cliff's edge. There's like a pit.
Right. These aren't walls, right? Yeah,
Right.
these
On
are-
that side, they are just pits.
I was just saying that since you were squeezing, every movement you take counts as double.
It's double. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm assuming
That's
that
still
you'll
I still have a lot of
take the
yeah.
dash.
I have
He's got
40 times
so
haste.
much
Yeah.
move.
I
Yeah.
have 80 feet of movement, so that's fine.
Alright.
So that's only like 10, 20, and then this is like 30 feet of movement. I still have like 50 feet of movement. That's fine.
Alright.
So because I killed that thing, I have my Great Weapon Mastery, so I actually get a bonus attack action. So I still have 4 more attacks, all at advantage because I'm reckless attacking. So I'm gonna slash this thing up like crazy, screaming and charging at it. I make 4 arcs in a square shape at it.
Damn, that's an actual 20.
It's not a nat 20.
Looks
It's a
like
modifier.
3 of them hit.
One is
The loneliest number that you ever
wait is what was the
Yeah,
AC on
3
this
hits.
thing?
20.
20.
20. Okay. The first one is exceptional then because I add the 4 to 27. Second one, and that's not nowhere gonna be exceptional. 4 cannot help this third one hit, and 4 cannot help the last attack be. Okay, so only 3 hit, 1 are exceptional.
Nice.
This is the first attack. Gonna try to re-roll the 2. 27 damage, and
Alright.
then 2 more hit. So that's 21 and 23. So I do 27, 21,
71 damage.
68,
71 damage.
71 damage.
This thing
Tell me
doesn't
again,
have-
what did you roll for your bonus action magic thing?
If he hits me, bonus action magically. You mean my rage?
Yes.
If he hits me,
got, like,
he
a
takes a
shield.
1d6 force damage.
Right. Have you been
Reactive
counting that?
Force shield. He hasn't hit me with a physical attack.
He can't
Wait,
fucking
what was?
hit you.
Wait, what was? Wait, was that deck saving thing? Did that count as an attack that he would take force damage from?
It's a
Is that
special
like a tentacle
ability.
thing hitting me?
The last one he did slashing damage.
Okay, so then he would take 1d6 force damage.
Yeah.
So basically, it's
Wait,
like a
is he
full
just
armor
not in
kind
the
of
room
attack.
anymore? Really?
He teleports up to
he
50
took-
feet
he
per
took-
turn as a bonus action.
He took
What?
4 force damage when he slapped me.
Wait, if I were to sneak around that corner, would I be able to get an opportunity attack?
No.
He didn't actually go anywhere. He just phases in and phases out.
But he wouldn't be able to see me.
He doesn't know where you're at right now. He doesn't see you. Like, he knew you were there before, but he's in a different hallway now.
I'm going to leave a little bit of space between him and me.
Okay.
So I'm not like,
Pretty sure you're still in his range.
yeah.
He has like a 10 feet reach.
He does. As long as you don't
I think he's
back
leaving
up
space
again.
for smaller people to
Yeah.
squeeze in.
Get in.
Still threaten each other. I think because
Even
He-Man's
though
also
it's-
got reach, like,
It works.
I have a
It works out.
15-foot reach.
Let's create the reach around there, man.
Reach for the skies.
That was all of my stuff. So it is Zaldra's turn.
oh, it says here he actually has a 20-foot reach, so technically
Damn,
he
Holy
could
fuck.
he could still
Yeah.
opportunity attack He-Man because his reach is better.
I mean, he can reach
Yeah.
it. He can reach anything over here.
Jeez Louise.
Long
All right,
tentacles.
Zalder is like, no, Father Aaron. And
Father Eric goes as like all of his
goes into
organs
this
come out of
weird
his mouth.
Construction.
Is he
Wait.
dead or
Is
Is
he
he
unconscious?
is he dying or dead?
He took
No,
like
he just-
25 damage when he had like 2 hit points.
He's back up to. He just got healed for 11, so half his hit points are back. He's awake. He's just prone.
I forget
After-
what is the condition like somebody like dies when they get hit? It's like
You
double
have- you have to
their
take-
max
yeah.
HP or something.
You have to take your max
They
HP
have-
and negatives. You have to reach
Yeah.
your max HP and negatives.
Oh, okay.
Right. So he was at 9, so he would have had to go down to. He would have had to take 30 damage in one hit to insta kill.
Okay.
He would
Wait,
have had to
after all
lose his
that-
9 and
How
then
much did he
take
take?
another 21. He
After
took
all that-
25. He almost got insta kill.
Ninja, do you have anything to give that Shambler an extra 5 points of damage?
I do not.
Wow, really, guys?
So I wanted to do the permanent injury thing. So it says if you get dropped by slashing damage, Father Arid is going to acquire a trait. So let me.
He
okay.
After
lost
all
his
this
big
time to
arm.
bring back
It
Father
fell
Arid,
off.
after all this time, after all the body parts, how does Father Arid die?
So what did I miss?
Father Arid is dying.
I don't know
No,
who
no.
that is.
He got knocked out. He did not
It's,
die.
Big
He
Arm
got
Morty.
knocked out.
He's on his way to meet Satan.
Oh,
After all this time, he loses his big arm.
Satine.
Okay, so when you get dropped by slashing damage, you receive minor disfigurement. You have acid burn scars, but they don't have any adverse effects. Magical healing of 6th level or higher, such as heal or regenerate, remove the acid burn scars.
That doesn't exist here. We don't
Well,
have access
no.
to heal or regenerate. That's the problem with these things. We don't have that level of magic.
So
Yeah,
he's
yes,
just permanently
because-
disfigured. It's fine. He's
because Zolder's level 6, and he just used the heal on him, so that healed it.
No, 6th level
It's magical
magic.
healing.
You know it's wrong.
It doesn't say a 6th level or higher spell. It just says magical healing at 6th level or higher.
Yeah, of 6th level spell.
It does
Doesn't say the 6th level
mean
spell.
it does mean
It
the heal
listed-
or regenerate spell.
And heal or regenerate is a 6th level spell.
Uh,
So he's just got permanent acid damage on his face.
that's
Oh.
fine. He's a leper. He hides his face anyway.
Right. It has no mechanical effects whatsoever. You got a lucky roll on that one.
Oh, jeez, Rick, I'm not looking too good. I got
How
these
did-
scars all over my face.
How did the slashing damage do acid scars? Just-
Well, it's
just-
Shambler Tentacle.
So the way the damage things are worded, I think like they call it like an acid burn scar for a variety of different effects. So
It's just
I
like
don't know.
visual. Like
I think they
imagine
copy
what
pasted
it
and they
looked
just
like.
didn't go back over it. So you could just say it's scars of some sort. It makes sense in this case because this is a giant abomination with like acid poison as its like internal composition. So in this case it makes a lot of sense, but in an ordinary circumstance like a longsword could do that, that wouldn't make too much sense. So then we would just describe it differently. Different kinds of scars.
Well, I just added it to his description sheet so we can get rid of this little thing here.
The note card. Sure.
So next to his arm and leg description, he also has scars.
Yeah. Just a little extra thing to roleplay.
You really don't want to see Father Eric take his mask off. It's a hot mess in there. It's
Someone's
a hot mess
clapping
in there.
cheeks.
Yep. Someone's masturbating. It's coming from corpse.
Stop fapping to anime.
Yo, bro.
Dude.
Bro, I know
bonus
D&D is
action.
sexy.
Bonus action.
Little
Don't
too excited.
really have one because I'm not moving from here right now. Actually, what's the range on this Shambler tentacle?
20 feet.
This guy here, he can move. He can hit 20 feet away as well.
Oh, those guys, their range is hearing.
So there's no
Unless-
opportunity attacks if you move past them.
They don't have a physical thing to hit you with. They're just a blob of tentacle.
Ah.
They're just a squiggly pile that screams. They don't even have a physical attack.
Corpse, can you mute your mic again, please?
Well, Zalder's gonna move here for now. Actually, he'll move here for now. All right, cool.
So what happened with Father Error? Is he still poisoned and unconscious on the ground?
He's prone. He got healed for 11 HP by weird reconstruction.
Right.
And Zalder is and that's his turn.
All right, Rikaril.
Oh, tackle his ass.
What are the negative effects of dropping to 0 HP again?
So let's see, 5, 10, 15, and then
I have haste.
this is 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet. So that's going to be 55 feet of movement.
Yep, and I got haste, so that
Yep.
doesn't require anything. And I'm not even going to wall anything. I'm just going to use that once per session. I hit anyways.
Okay.
So
Class ability, whack.
he's on the ground. You better be restrained because I'm on top of him.
Leave nothing to chance. So wait, you want to do you want to make this a grab instead of a regular attack?
Yes. To try I'm trying to actually restrain him.
Now, you've already seen that
Ew.
he can just phase out of your grasp, so you would be aware that
Yeah.
this will not work.
Mm.
He's just gonna teleport again right out of your hand.
However, while he's in physical form here, you could just hit him and do damage.
Alright.
Oh no, my ambience finished.
Oh shit, ambience. I forgot about that.
It went from sounding like hell to sounding like a night camp in the woods, and that's just not very fitting.
Takes
Is
10 damage.
Moonlit still furiously masturbating? Or?
I muted him. I'll unmute him when his turn comes up. Just remind me.
He takes 10 damage of slashing.
All right. 10 slashing damage. Oh my god. 229 damage.
Who takes 229 damage?
The Shambler has taken 229 total damage.
Oh, I was panicking. I was like, fucking, yeah. I was like, oh man, we're all gone, aren't we?
All right, Mad God. You're
Yeah.
flying in the back of this room here. The Shambler has teleported out into the hall on the edge of the cliff. What do you do?
I had a second attack.
Well, I was going to get to
sorry,
this spot.
sorry. Hang on. He has one more attack.
Okay.
24, and let me roll that 2d6 again.
What is that?
And he takes an extra 8 damage of slashing.
Okay.
Everyone else got him really quiet.
That's it.
Rikaril, I'm gonna let you do what you wanted to do earlier, so go ahead and roleplay it out.
Oh, so basically, I'm gonna tackle him and just keep slashing until there's nothing left.
All right, he's right on the edge of the cliff, so as you're tackling and slashing him, he's actually forced back, and he's going to fall into the endless pit of the abyss. Wailing as he falls, and then the Shambler tentacle over here dissolves away into nothing.
Wait, did we just...
I just killed him.
Hey, did we actually just beat the Shambler?
The Shambler is defeated! Dun dun dun.
You just
Wait,
shove
are-
this Shambler into the ground, into the hole.
Shove it.
Wait, so the Shambler is actually gone.
The Shambler is defeated.
That was pretty easy.
Dun dun dun
Yeah,
dun dun
Did
dun dun.
Mamriel level?
So let me
Still didn't
guess.
hit anything.
If you
Why
guys
doesn't
run
he
away
just
back to
tele-
town, you should probably teleport back to town, and then everybody can be level 6.
But will
Hang on.
we be able to go, like, get back
We
in the
gotta
same
finish our
place we were in
mission,
Darkest
though.
Dungeon?
We
Yeah.
need to take care
So
of
we
that
don't-
last altar.
We need
we
to
have
at
to
least
kill
get
the
through the
last
first
altar.
floor.
Yeah, that's true. You never did get to that altar.
But like everyone's level 6 now, including Corpse.
Nope.
Thing is,
You have to get back to town and rest, or maybe make camp and rest, and then you can
I
level up.
bet he's at town.
Yeah, I think that's what we're
Hey,
gonna
man.
do.
I think King
We
Corp
still have-
trying to talk. Oh,
I have
Hey, man, do
unmuted
we
King
have any
Corpse, so
anti-venom?
Yo.
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 So now you're level
So
6. You're gonna have to actually finish building your character sheet.
Wait, but there's also another problem. Do we even know that he's in the? Did anyone see him?
What,
I
died?
saw him when the boss died. Saw him on the end of the hallway with the Raptors cultist.
Well, he was standing behind you in the hallway, and he followed you in last week. The week before that.
That was a different. This is a new guy.
No, it was the same guy.
It's Marshall.
No, it's still
Mamriel.
Marvel. Yeah, because remember I deleted him before we did this.
Well, we are your level 6
Yeah.
monk now.
Hey,
So that should be fun.
Yeah, you guys want to take the west in the forge room?
Do we
I
have
can't
any
believe-
anti-venom? Any?
Hmm.
Is that
Guy,
what you were
you
trying to
gotta
ask me
say-
before? Yeah, of course I have some
Yeah.
anti-venom.
Please.
All
We
right.
guys do.
You're gonna recover
Believe
from
me
your
when I-
poison status.
Believe me when I say this, you could have handled him without me. You could have played last game.
We could have, but we wanted you there. Here's 2 anti-venoms for you and Father Aird if he's still breathing.
I wonder if we should just kill him. So we kill him.
Rude.
Are
well,
you really
that'll
gonna
make Zelda very
kill
happy.
a party member's NPC?
No, but I was just saying I would, but I'm not going to.
so you wouldn't.
No, I would, but for Pete's sake, I'm not going to.
We still got these Raptors cultists.
To not make the entire party angry at me, I'm not going to. That's
they
what I'm trying to.
cannibalize themselves.
Yeah, they're gone.
So
Shove
does
him
this
off
mean
the
all
side
of
of-
the this means all of the active effects go away then, right?
Well,
Where
things
the
last
smoke
as
up.
long as they last. You guys haven't actually done much of anything yet, so this is all right after the battle just happened.
Wait,
This
how
minute,
long does this
weapon
poison
power.
last?
Is there
1
anything
minute.
to loot?
Well, the Shambler fell into a cliff, so not really gonna be able to loot anything off that.
Are there any tentacles remaining? Like leftover pieces?
Probably from the shambling tentacles that I smacked in the hallway, and the one that was like in the corner over here that got smacked by abyssal artillery.
Rikuru ripped off a couple of tentacles, so yeah, there's a couple
That
laying
too.
there.
Can I make armor out of the Shambler tentacles?
Oh man, they're my pliers. They're my pliers.
You're right.
It's possible you
Yeah,
could
I'm
make
the one
something out of them. Shambler leather.
Shant leather. Oh.
I mean, it
Like
is
some
a tentacle. It would have some rubbery, leathery skin.
Is it edible?
Oh my god.
Will I get cool new powers for eating the tentacle?
Nah, you're probably gonna need to ask for some more
It's-
antivenoms though.
Is this is this Saya talking or is this Osiris? Like,
This is I'm asking Ninja. I'm not saying out loud. Oh man, that's a nice looking tentacle over
Just
there.
assume if a creature poisons you during the combat and then you eat a part of that creature, you're probably not gonna have a good time.
But like,
Okay,
listen. Good. You're only thinking about the bad parts, okay? What about the good that can come from it?
Yeah, eat
gonna
an
take
abomination
portion
from hell. I'm sure it'll work out.
It will. It
take-
will.
You cut out.
You're going to take like 22 damage again and die.
I won't die, but I will be unconscious.
You'll lose a liver.
Should I?
Do you want to lose a liver?
The poison's gonna
More than
kill
a
my
liver.
liver.
I'm gonna go up to Zolder and say to him, well, that was extremely anticlimactic. You wouldn't happen to still have a 3rd level spell slot on hand, would you?
I do.
You wouldn't do me a courtesy of casting haste back into the ring, would you?
It's not prepared.
I'm not exactly thrilled about being in this still being in this dungeon, and we're not assured that Shambler was killed. I'd still like a few tricks up the sleeve if you catch my drift.
That thing
Well,
was
I
doing
could-
66 attacks every turn. I don't think
I
that's
feel like we
easy.
should keep the. I feel like we should keep the Sambler tentacle as a trophy. That's like proof that we beat it.
Dude, this is my proof of going in the tavern.
It's not good enough proof that we can eat it.
You could take the red
Well,
orb.
we
Take the red orb, the pocket dimension.
we could work. Well, we could actually have our own pocket dimension. That seems. Bro.
Okay, these venoms are gone.
Your own personal pocket dimension. Think about it.
Fine.
You already got the tentacles.
I recommend
get
that we
that.
throw a torch into the strange altar. Although that didn't work last time.
You want to like see if the Shambler's still alive and it teleports back into there?
Oh my
I think
no!
it might still be alive.
So
It's like we're gonna go hunt it in its dimension now. We have to
Wow.
make sure it's dead.
The Sambler supposed to be a challenging boss with the Sambler cheese. Why? With the Sambler? Wait, why do I hear boss music?
All right.
The Sambler
The,
was the Sambler was hearing boss music that entire fight.
the red orb does this. Void prison, 100-foot wide dome of force. Within the dome, all light is snuffed out. Only light source is a swirling vortex floating in the air. And this is that place where if you go out the left side, you come in from the right side, unless you can make that save.
Yep. The place is surrounded by fog on the sides.
I call dibs on that.
Absolutely
No.
not.
Can I call dibs on the orb?
You can have You can have the tentacle, and hell no, you ain't getting that shit. You barely even hit that.
You just caught the tentacle, and then you just figured out that the orb was there, and now you want it.
Yes. You think I kill?
Yeah, well, I
Know
do.
what you get? Yes.
You take it.
No, you already got the tentacles.
Nah, dude. Not anymore.
No, keep your leather.
Not
Throw away
anymore.
the tentacle.
Like, oh man, like the cannon. It's like I never picked up the tentacles. Wink.
Keep your
Keep your poison leather.
Keep your
Keep your
hentai
poison leather.
All right. I think it's been a couple hours. This is a good time to take a little break. So grab a drink, use the bathroom, do what you got to do. We'll regroup here shortly and continue the explorations of the darkest dungeon.
Funny enough, I have to do all of those.
Hey, while we wait, you could finish building your character.
Oh right, yeah. 'Cause
Like
you're
you're
supposed to
really
be like-
pushing this. Like,
You got
please.
5 levels.
You're
Yeah,
now wait, he's level 6 now, right?
yeah.
Ah.
I want it to be that dog boy.
Aren't you how you? Okay.
Yeah. But I forgot to do that. So, hey Gerard, you want to help me?
Indeed.
I'll be right back.
Sorry.
Nah, he's gone. Right. Long, you still there?
Yep.
Alright, what's gonna happen with this orb?
Well, frickin' Rickerill is trying to take it. But
Yes, that's
he's small.
Obvious. Yes, he's
He's
very
small.
small. Easily killable is what I was going to say.
This wouldn't be very useful in my research.
Well, that's the... all right, then. Let's RP this as our characters, then.
I see all the small people squabbling about, and I just like break the big red orb off of the stock, and I'm just like carrying it with me. And
That
and
is
I
a good
go
point.
some I keep walking away with it. Like, all right, let's figure this out as we go. Like, stop
I
squabbling.
can picture
you
Rikoril as you do
children.
this, jumping up and down like a toddler trying to reach it.
Okay, so the way I'm seeing it, the best way for my character to use it is to have it as some kind of trophy so that I can. Actually, no, I'll do this as character. The best way for me to use this as a means of an accomplishment, as a way to prove that we've managed to defeat the Shambler. It would do quite well, rather wonders for my reputation. I have no interest in particularly keeping the damn thing. I only need it long enough for me to prove that we killed the thing. Once it's done, I don't care.
Well,
We do get pretty good benefits from the Pope when you prove stuff.
Finally,
as nice as it would be for you to appear even more impressive than your lordliness already is, I could make quite good use of this as a arcane place to have an arcane laboratory away from prying eyes. Not all of my experiments. And he kind of looks towards Father Aaron's massive scar-covered body, are pleasing for common folk to look upon.
Once again, I don't care about what happens to it after it. I only wanted long enough for me to prove that we killed the thing. What happens to the orb afterwards is down to you. Down to the rest
I
of
mean,
you.
I'm fine with you showing it off as long as I can use it later.
Wait, so who's taking the orb?
That's what we're debating. In
We're
character.
debating in character.
Oh, you guys are. Oh.
So Leiron
We're
right now wants
actually
to just...
RPing, yes.
Yeah, yes, we're
I
actually
just
playing
came back.
D&D.
I'm sorry, I just came back from a drink.
God forbid.
You-
We're essentially establishing our reasons for wanting the orb, okay? So far I've established my reason, which is I want to use it as a
Temporarily
trophy.
show it off.
I want to temporarily show it off to the Pope, claim it
He
as
wants clout.
kind of
what-
a thing. Yeah.
Hey, what happens if
claim
you
it.
put a sphere of annihilation inside a void prison inside a bag of holding?
You would collapse the
the
universe
universe
in on
ends.
itself. You would collapse the universe in on itself, and you would eliminate everything that could and will be.
Are we gonna blow up the darkest dungeon doing that?
Yeah, I want to try that now.
He's God now.
It's
yeah,
a
we're
magical
establishing-
A-bomb.
So we're just establishing what we need it for. I want it as a trophy. I only want it temporarily to show off to everyone, to kind of increase my rep to the nobility. After that, I don't care what happens to it. Zolda wants it as a magical
Secret lab.
laboratory recluse.
I want just the storage, like big ass inventions. Maybe get some new swords. Maybe get like a second tavern in there.
You're going to put a tavern into an orb. How are
In a
people
place
going to
no one can reach.
People gonna get in there.
And the only people who can leave are the ones that have a high enough wisdom modifier to. The
So-
drones will not.
You guys know the YouTube video like where people vote on who gets $1,000, and if nobody agrees, nobody gets it.
No, I haven't seen that.
No.
Wait, Ninja. How wide is the?
I vote out Rickrell's idea.
Yeah,
How wide is
I
the?
vote
How
out
wide
Rikor's
is?
idea.
That's
Ninja,
completely fine.
How wide is the void prison
It's
again?
The void prison
It's
is
a
a
100-foot
100-foot dome.
Radius or dimension? I mean
Uh,
diameter.
the dome, I guess that would be the diameter. That's
Diameter.
the total.
Okay.
Yeah,
How tall is it?
100 feet. It's a
sphere.
dome.
It's like a half
Okay.
sphere.
Yeah, it's a half sphere, not a
Well,
sphere.
if it's 100 feet diameter, it should be 50-foot tall.
Now, hang on.
Oh,
Radius.
you're right.
How
You're
much
right.
would this
Right.
cost to
Mm,
sell?
True.
We're not worried about profit here. It's a cool orb. Let us have this.
Maybe
It's
we
unique.
could split the money.
Unique items don't have a price tag.
I could use it. I could use it to trap a whole bunch of enemies, and then when the time comes, I just let them out against someone.
I
the-
suppose you could try to find a buyer for it and just sell it to whoever offers the most money, but it doesn't have a listed
Yeah.
price.
Wait. I could trap a bunch of enemies in here, and then when we finally come against like someone that
Why?
Cause
They're just gonna attack us as well.
yes, but then again, pocket zombie apocalypse. Think about it.
It will overwhelm us.
Yes, but then again, like to be honest, y'all guys are fast runners. So you person who would probably get hit is probably me. So you don't need to worry
Also,
about it.
enemies that get trapped into it could just get out if they had a high enough wisdom.
So we need to just find idiots.
But idiots aren't villains.
They're thralls or something.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable carrying a thing around with a bunch of enemies randomly spewing out at any given time. No, thank you.
But they could just get out at any point in time they can.
The orb is fairly big. It's unwieldy. You would
Wait,
have
it's
to-
like it's really heavy.
So it's
like-
not something you can carry around you on your adventures. It'd be more something you park somewhere.
It's medium sized. You could roll it around, but it's
Roll it
pretty
around.
big.
Let's come back
So
to
He-Man can't carry it.
Well, He-Man's really big, so you probably could.
Just
So
come
you
back
probably
to
wouldn't be able to use. You probably
Well-
wouldn't be able to use it. Lift it single-handed.
Okay, yeah, so I'm carrying it around like a big watermelon. Got it.
It actually
Yeah.
doesn't weigh very much because it's magic. It's not like a solid object. It's a.
But then again, why
Okay.
can't
What
we
the
just
hell,
use a
Ninja?
remote-
How do we
why
get
can't
grip
we-
on this thing?
It weighs as
It's-
much
it's
as
just
a
a large,
medium-sized glass sphere.
Why can't we? Why would we use this to
Still
store
pretty
stuff?
heavy.
We could just use a bag of
Okay.
holding.
That's
We have
true.
nothing.
could-
Just, because if you want a bag of holding, go make a bag of holding.
I can actually.
Yeah, but then a bag of
Good.
holding does have a limit.
Wait, phone call. Give me one.
I feel like people overestimate what a bag of holding does. It has like 50 cubic foot or 30 cubic foot. That's actually not as big as people think it is.
It
Yeah, that's
really
why we
isn't.
should. That's why we should. Oh, that's a spear. Oh,
I don't
Yeah.
think we're ever gonna
That's how big it is.
100. I don't think we're ever.
I mean, it might be a
going to
little
need-
bigger
What
than
if-
that because it's medium sized, so it fills a 5-foot space like that.
what if we put a bag of holding in here?
What if we make multiple pocket dimensions out of it?
I don't know. I'm trying to
Like just
eyeball it.
layer them.
Is this the same as that? It looks about the same.
Alright, I put my big sword, I hang it on my back, and I grab the orb.
Oh yeah, is why you guys discuss that. I'm gonna-
We can figure this out as we walk and talk, guys. Let's do this.
Well, we also have to establish a destination. I mean, you can't just lug around a giant orb with you throughout the rest of the dungeon. We have things that still need killing.
right.
Well, let's take a long rest in the Forgery area then.
So, guys, I just did the math. The 100-foot diameter hemisphere is 261,800 cubic feet.
Not bad.
Yeah, if you can utilize the airspace, sure.
2/3 pi r cubed.
If it's an extra dimensional plane, wouldn't it only have like? It doesn't have an air source. Would you only have the air that you come in with, or go in with?
Are you
Not
saying you would
necessarily.
like choke?
Most
Yeah.
most extra
suffocate.
dimensional planes
Yes.
can't suspend the rules. And
Wait,
generally
has anyone
unless
ever tried?
specified that they don't.
I feel like the way this thing works is that in the presence of light, it becomes like a thing you can pass through. But in the dark, it's a solid. That's why when you approach it with a torch, you get sucked in. And there's probably sort of a vacuous nature to it, like it actually pulls air in whenever light is like shining around it, so it must contain atmosphere.
What about the light spell? Does that have the same effect, or does it have to be a torch?
Typically it's gotta be a torch. Magical light doesn't seem to trigger it.
Right.
Now, even though there's no light source inside that dimension, you can still have a light source when you're in there, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it says that it's pitch black in there, but yeah, you could probably have a light source in there.
It's pit. Oh,
Well, it says light is snuffed out inside, so it's probably as if you were in a darkness spell.
Oh, so I couldn't use it as a laboratory. Never mind. Never mind.
Now,
So
like,
only
Unless you have like
Devil's
night vision
Sight.
goggles.
it'd be
so
alright.
magical
Yeah,
dark.
I don't have none. I don't have Devil's Sight or any of that bonkers nonsense.
I
I have
think
super dark.
because the Shambler only has dark vision, I think regular dark vision works in this darkness.
Yeah, I don't have that either. Human.
God damn.
But the
then-
pocket dimension does seem to absorb all light, so perfectly dark in
problem-
there.
You know, you do have the dark vision spell as a wizard.
In theory, I have a dark vision spell.
I'm not going to be able to get that.
All right. So, question: Are we going to take a long rest now, or are we going to explore a little bit first before we do that? I still have one more rage
Well-
left in me.
We should heal a little bit, one way or the other, and then figure out how we're going to find this last altar. Because right now we've only found 2 doors, here and here, and they're both blocked. And I don't know if there's any other entrances we passed up.
That
We
is a
still
good
have
point.
another holy water thing to.
Yep.
Apparently
Yeah.
so, but we can't
Okay.
get through any of them.
We can't get through any other doors.
There was that gore tunnel thing.
Yeah, but it led to another dead end over here.
Oh, that was a
They
dead
had
end.
2 dead ends. Yeah.
There's
unless we find a secret
there's a
door, we're
continuing
kinda
path
stuck.
over here that you guys never went left when you got here.
Yeah, we did.
never went where?
Yeah, because I did go through it, but He-Man wasn't gonna be able to fit through because of how large it was.
Incorrect. You guys crawled in, you went to this body, you looted it, and then you left. Nobody ever went down here.
I guess
Ow.
we figured it was a dead end from the box.
It is not a dead end. Nobody ever went there.
Okay.
I mean, surely we would have gotten to this point and decided, maybe I should turn my head to the left. Nah.
We knew that there was a way there, but we just didn't go there because like we have other stuff to do, and then the Shambler started attacking us.
Yeah, so it was. How
Well,
many spells you got? How many spells you got left?
Zalder and Father Arid are both going to take potion of healing, because I think I have 2 left.
You have also never gone past this point.
What point?
What?
Unexplored, all of that.
Oh.
Good point.
For the time being, I store the orb inside the blacksmithing room.
In
Let's
fact,
go
there's
through
still
the
2
Raptor's
enemies right here
cultists.
blocking your path.
Let's go through the Rapturous
Wait, where?
cultists and explore
one
the
there.
rest of
Oh,
it.
Are you
there.
talking about the Raptor Sculptors?
Let's explore the Shambler's temple. See what's
I
back
wave
there.
I wave a hand lazily. I point in their general direction, and I aim a blast at them. Then
Yeah.
She gets. I
don't even have to roll. I'm doing this so friggin' bored.
You blast some
Just-
cultists into the pit.
Yay!
All right, let's explore the temple of the Shambler.
And this is
Yeah,
before
are you
taking a
gonna loot
rest?
These corpses. You guys
I
gonna
don't
loot
think we're
these
taking a rest
skeletons?
right at the moment.
I only expended charges from the ring of spell storing, so yeah, I've got all my spell slots.
None of these corpses have items on them unless I'm taking pity on you for forgetting to build your character correctly.
No.
Fair
I
enough.
still have. I don't know about healing, but I've still got my action in combat left. So could I use Divine Comfort?
Yes,
I
please.
mean,
I thought you were using your action Eldritch Blast.
No, that was like after. This is before.
Oh,
back
you're
when we were
talking
in
about
the room.
from the Shambler battle.
Yes. So theoretically, it would have been me, Osiris, and well, Osiris doesn't take any damage, so that doesn't matter. But everyone that was in this room, me and Father Arid, we would have.
Father Eric can do his leopard skill again. Heal a
Yeah,
D4.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do
Feels
that
a little
again.
late, but yeah, you would have been able to do all that.
I'll do that then. Just recover 8 points for anyone that was with me there.
Yeah, he gets
Only-
10.
Only in this room.
In this room.
Because I was over here.
Zolder and
Yeah,
Father
okay.
Arid. Only then.
Zalder gets 4 less hit points.
I'm gonna start heading towards the Shamblers. There we go.
All right. So let me describe
what
this.
the hell happened?
This is a very, very long path here. Like, deceptively long. You walk for a long time to get to the Shambler's lair down at the end of that. And all along, you're just passing this endless field of tentacles and plateaus and stuff that you see on those background cards. And it
Leon
just,
is just constantly looking at his boots and prestidigitating all the grit off of them, just not liking it all.
so, like, you guys should be
He was fine.
underground. You guys should be underground near the hamlet, but based on the weird supernatural geography down here, you feel like you're in a completely different dimension altogether. Anyway,
Right.
you arrive at the temple of the Shambler. What do you do?
I'm gonna search around and see if there's any like hidden chest or something.
Yeah, perception check or investigate check.
Yeah, Zelda's gonna do an investigation. Well,
21.
All right. You're going to search. So, you're going to find that each of the pillars in the Shambler's room here is etched with runes.
Oh, I guess I read them.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
Good question. Don't remember.
One that would be very nice if we had an answer for.
Give me a minute. I go to my character sheet.
I assume you can read the one that's in common.
Yes. And is there one for Elvish?
Hang on. Let me look at the language list and make sure here.
I pull out Tyr's hammer and prepare myself to demolish the temple of the Shambler.
And I also have Infernal.
Okay, you can read two of the pillars then. One of them's in Infernal.
Zaldar speaks and reads Abyssal.
One of them is in
Infernal,
Abyssal.
Celestial.
I can read
Is it
Celestial.
Celestial.
And one of them is in Celestial. So you guys can read all four pillars.
All right.
I'll read the Celestial one. What does it say?
If you can read all
I'll
four
read.
pillars, it describes how to open a secret door that's on the back wall.
Yeah, let's follow those instructions.
All right. So following the
Cool.
instructions, it's going to tell you there's like 4 bricks that you're going to have to press in at the exact same time. Each one of the
I'm gonna
pillars
guess,
describes where one of the bricks is. So by reading a pillar, you'll be able to figure out which one. And then all of you will have to simultaneously press them. That's what the pillars say.
Where are they at? Like,
They're on
Like
this
here,
back
one-
wall, the back wall where it's all black over there.
Yeah, we do that.
I
Okay.
get my pinky finger and press one of the buttons.
Okay, each of you pushes a brick, and a panel, like a secret panel on the wall, slides back and down. And behind, you find a small wooden chest painted red.
I guess
the most-
I'll be the first one to open it up.
I back up and let Rick Will do his normal nonsense.
Everyone jumps behind a pillar. Reekerl's like, ah, what's in here?
Open up. If it's more poison, I'm killing you.
Reekerl got the big key.
Oh, wait,
Da-da-da-da.
the boss key. Oh, fuck's sake.
No, it's actually not the boss key. It's just a big key.
Oh, okay.
It probably opens one of those doors we can open earlier.
Yes. You have the key to one of those 2 doors that you found.
Only for that giant door. Or
All
maybe
right.
that
Do we
one
want
that's-
to take a short or any type of rest before continuing to finish our quest?
Well, if we take a short rest, I can put back some spells that I that I lost from the Ring of Spell Storing, and I could get back a sorcery point, but 3 sorcery points. So, I'm up for a short or long rest.
I
Yeah,
mean,
whoever, if anyone needs like a long rest, we could do one.
I don't need a long rest. Father Aaron and I can probably just burn a couple hit dice and heal up a little bit.
Does Father Arid even have any more hit dice left?
He hasn't used them yet,
Oh, okay.
and Zaldar has 1.
He used 1, but he gets it back right away, so it's sort of like he would still have
No,
all.
Father Aaron hasn't used any of his hit dice yet.
I thought you guys rested in the game a couple weeks ago. Because he had some
We
injuries
did,
before
but
he
Father
rested.
Aaron had never been hit yet at that point.
Yeah, all right.
Zaldar used up 5 of his 6 hit dice though.
Ah, big spender.
How many times have we rested in this dungeon? Like 3, 4 times?
It's about to be the 5th one. if I
We've
remember.
done
remember
1
2.
long rest.
No, 3.
We've done 1 long rest and 1 short rest.
This place is
2 short rests.
difficult. Every other room, you have a battle that tests your limits, and then you need a rest.
Honestly, I don't need a rest. I just have OCD for my character. Must be perfect. Must be perfect. HP must be max. HP must be max.
So short rest, yay, nay.
If I lose, it's the DM's fault.
I'm fine without doing it.
I'm down.
All right, let's just keep going then.
Let's just keep
Marmaril
going.
needs a long rest to get his level.
If
Yeah,
someone
no,
could
that's not
carry me,
happening.
that would be great.
That's not gonna
Upgrade your character first.
If someone could carry me as I'm taking a long rest, that would be cool.
happen. No.
I carry you on my shoulder.
I mean, technically, they could put you in the orb.
Pocket dimension.
Technically, because I'm my character's not scared of the dark. I doubt he would be though.
Okay,
Not exactly
take a
the
nap.
dark.
Take a nap in the orb. And a
Alright.
nap in the orb in the blacksmith room. Because we're not carrying the orb
Wait.
everywhere we go.
You guys didn't go to the blacksmith room, though. You went to the room that's full of gore.
Wait,
That's
do I
on the
take a
way.
long
We've
rest
been to this
then go fix my
We
character, or
dropped
do
it
I
off on the
fix my
way.
character then?
Yeah, I said I left the orb in the blacksmith room before we went to the stone pillar room.
So are you
See.
resting here or in the blacksmith room? Because you said blacksmith room, but you didn't move any of your figurines there.
We didn't rest at all.
We're all here. We didn't rest at all. We moved on.
Okay, no rest.
I was trying to speed things up, and I said I just store the orb in the blacksmith room, and then we went to the Shambler's temple thing. I was trying to peek through that.
I thought for sure you would rest after that, but I guess not.
Dude, we barely even used anything.
No, we didn't.
I cram my giant
Alright.
form through the guts, and I'm like, just swim through it,
All right.
squeeze.
He-Man
The vampires probably
squeezes
love
through
it.
the tunnel. Everybody position yourselves as if you're squeezing through the tunnel. If you're squeezing through the tunnel.
Oh boy, what's on the other end of the tunnel?
Nothing happens until you get around the corner, so He-Man could be up where he was.
Oh, okay.
And then anybody that's following, place yourselves behind He-Man.
Why am I
What the
flipping?
heck is
Stop
going
flipping
on?
me.
Why is Zalder floating?
Because he is a strong, independent wizard. I don't know why he's over there. Hang on. Maybe. Hang on.
Oh, God.
Oh, now I see the background card for the hallway. It
Well
was
done.
hidden by that invisible area thing.
That's not a space.
Oh, we go forward.
Oh, there's little baby caterpillars.
It's not a space. He's not small enough to fit in that space. Zalda, what are you doing?
That's a space.
No, it's not. He's trying to put it there.
Okay.
That's not a space. That's occupied by Rickaril.
Yeah.
It's putting it behind him.
I'm behind him.
You're behind Rickarel, but Zalder's putting Father Aaron behind him.
No, he's trying to
Yeah.
put Father Aaron behind Rickaril, which is why I'm
Ah.
telling him to stop. And I don't know why.
Yeah, what?
I'm drunk.
Hang on, looking something up in the book here. I hate when the
Like,
websites
roll.
don't give me the full monster stats.
Marmaral's just gonna be stuck in the tunnel. Like to bathe in the gore.
Urban and D&D, it's a good mix.
So, what is this room? What happened?
Okay, hang on. Let me spawn a couple things.
Enemies.
The bad boys.
Combat
Oh,
after combat,
it's
the
a-
dungeon is relentless.
Their own size. Oh,
It's
tell me
the
about it.
kitchen.
I await the time that I can go back to my mansion, slip under the silk sheets.
Oh, you mean those silk shits? Yeah, I took those a while ago.
We are in the stomach of the darkest dungeon, and we see its tapeworms.
Try and take for him. No.
Oh, we are rolling initiative.
Don't
Oh,
worry,
which
don't crawl up the app.
we need to fix our initiatives because we don't have that bad
Oh,
it
yeah.
anymore.
All right. Well, I'm going to take
yeah,
my
yeah.
surprise round. You guys fix your initiatives, and then I'll roll it. So
Surprise round.
during the surprise round.
No one did scouting.
Oh, we never even wested. That's why.
We don't have a road.
Don't worry, He-Man. Those Carrion Eaters can only crawl up the asses of things that are big enough to fit. Oh no.
You have resistance to blight damage, don't you?
How's that enlarged spell, boy?
Oh. It's on my finger.
Oh, you're in trouble then.
Good about those fish in the Amazon rainforest that crawl up your penis.
What? Wait,
Oh,
wait! I come back. I come back in a short, brief period of time. I am here. Ever hear about the Amazon rainforest fish who climb up your penis?
Yep.
Isn't that like
I've heard of
are
that.
those catfish? I thought
They're-
like
they're-
tiny
they're-
catfish.
The worst part
It
is
makes me
that
lose
it's-
faith in living
it's
after
a-
knowing that exists.
Well, the problem is that's also an invasive species that is in the Ganges, and so
I mean, I wouldn't have a
What
problem with
cheeks?
it.
There's a big one.
I wouldn't even be upset. I'm like, I wouldn't even have a problem with it. But they lay eggs in there too.
no, they don't. What they do is when they get into your urethra, they expand. They have spines in their gills that anchor themselves in the urethra so that they can eat your urine.
Oh, I thought there
Once
was
they
some
are-
that laid eggs.
Once they are in there, they just expand, stay there, block your urethra, and you have to. There's basically two options. One is remove them surgically, and the other one is chop it off before gangrene sets in and you die,
Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
did you fix your
or your
initiatives?
bladder explodes and you die.
Everybody's initiative good?
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh,
I thought you could just suffocate them with your pee.
No, that's what they drink.
I am. Oh,
All right, guys.
I-
So let me describe what happened. So you guys are crawling through a tunnel of gore. You're squeezing through the narrowest of passages, and it looks like the inside of something from the movie Aliens. It's just like really gross corridors, fleshy walls, and slime. He-Man's about to pop out into what appears to be a larger cavern, when suddenly all the walls begin to squiggle and things crawl out from them and start rushing in your direction with a quickness. There's a couple different kinds of creatures that you can see. They seem to be feeding upon piles of dead bodies that are just heaped up in the corners. A larger creature comes out of an orifice at the back hallway of the room, and it's moving quick, and it's big. And considerably larger than the other ones, but none of them manage to get to you before you get a chance to act. So, He-Man, you see them coming. What do you do?
Wait, how long does haste last?
It's gone. Lost a minute.
Okay.
It's gone.
Okay. I will solo into the front.
Solo rage.
And I will rage and activate my acid sword. That's my turn.
Is that your last rage?
Yes, it's my last rage before a long rest.
It's like your standard first turn.
All right, Zelda.
Either
Blew
that
up,
or I battle
solo,
pellet.
rage,
But,
acid.
yeah.
I know.
Acid damage. I don't fall asleep and I heal. That's my turn.
Pardon?
Zelda.
Excuse you.
It's like a frog.
Yeah. What are Carrion Eaters? Are they beasts? Eldritch?
I believe they are beasts, yes. In the dark century.
Yeah. They count as beasts.
Beasts,
Alright.
you say?
1, 2, 3.
In D&D terms, they are monstrosities, so monstrosity beasts.
So I'm just gonna move there. Bonus action, teleport here. Here. Where is it? Right here. Hiding behind He-Man, as he likes to do. And Abyssal Artillery, these two guys.
Okay. They both fail.
I have to roll the hit still.
Oh yeah, it's not that one. I'm thinking of the saving throw.
23.
23.
Is that exceptional?
They have AC 13, so yes.
Okay, they are not Eldritch, so I don't get the bonus. So I'll re-roll the 7 just to double check. 9, so 21 damage each. That is not bad.
All right. Your tentacles flail at the carrion crawlers and do a considerable amount of damage, but they do not die.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello. And I look to Leiron, scoff, and say, beat that.
Leron rolls his eyes. Is that it? Is that everything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that
I've
was the
used
cue
them.
for your turn.
All right then. How am I supposed to cut that? Are we in like? A
Look at the initiative order.
I know the initiative order, but I need to know when you've done with your turn.
Oh, I moved, I bonus actioned, and I full action, so I've got nothing left.
All right. How did you bonus action it, by the way?
Well, my bonus action was my teleport, so I could hide behind
Right.
He-Man.
So we're in a tight tunnel. Does that mean that I can't fly? Or squeezing?
Correct.
Right, I might not even be able to get there. 5. I can get to this square. Can I even push past them?
You can pass through allies. It's rough terrain.
Yeah, but when squeezing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I get to there, and I'm probably going to end up just blasting them, so I'll do that. I don't have any bonus action abilities, so fuck it. So one on the left first. Where the hell is my side of the board? There.
Ooh.
A 1!
Oh boy.
Natural 1.
Crit fail.
Crit fail. We'll do that after my next thing. Yeah, fuck it.
You're stressing us out.
Honestly, just lost his interest. He's starting to wonder to himself, why the hell am I still in this dungeon?
Zelda's like, beat it. He's like, the stress. I can't beat it.
All right. That's 5 stress for you, 7 stress for anybody within 20 feet. And then you're so wrapped up in your spellcasting, you forgot you're fighting a battle. All enemies have advantage on their attack rolls against you until the end of your next turn.
They already do.
Well, double advantage
Squeezing.
now.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm so scared of +1. Anyway, I crit failed again, so you might want to roll another card.
Oh, another one.
Stress.
Yes.
I didn't see that one yet. All right, so your spell creates a large plume of smoke obscuring your location. The area in a 5-foot radius around your location is heavily obscured for a minute.
Yay! I can see through that shit. So
And
That actually was a bonus.
second stress is 6 for you and 8 for others.
what was the
What's
Stop giving us stress.
What were the 2 stress results for me?
For those crit fails.
Yeah.
7 and 5.
Yeah.
So 9 and
Let's
7.
go.
Can't believe you got 2 crit fails in a row like that.
Die roller.
Impressive.
Big.
It's like you forgot you're in battle, but you try to shoot another one, and you're like,
All right. After Mad God, Skorbeak.
Oh yeah, Scorby. Hey, guess what? I still have a familiar. What do you have, Zolder?
Ashes.
That's right, not a familiar. Ashes.
Crippling loneliness.
Make a wisdom save for one of the Carrion Eaters.
Well, I rolled a 10.
Nope. 18 damage, but I can't split it. So
Plus 1. It's an 11.
Hmm?
So this is to the one on the
Yeah.
left for 18.
Pick whatever one you want. They're both the same.
All right. 39 damage total. Still alive.
So let me just get this straight. So my first crit fail made me advantage to hit. No, do these Carrion Eaters, can they see through smoke? Tremor sense.
They have dark vision. They can't see through smoke.
Lovely. So they just have regular advantage. So that +1 came and went, like my ex-wife.
If they try to find you by smell instead, they have advantage on those rolls.
What?
Yeah, they have a really good sense of smell. If there's a living thing that they can eat, they can smell it.
So does that mean they have advantage to hit everything?
That means the obscuring is not really going to matter to them at all. They can smell you.
but we're covered in gore. Would that help, like in Walking Dead?
Yeah, we literally just came from a giant tunnel of gore and ooze, and I haven't had time to clean myself with prestidigitation yet, so...
Yeah,
We're gonna play by RP rules.
Like a bloodhound, they can smell the difference between long dead and not dead yet.
All right.
But the not dead yet is being hidden by the long dead. Yeah.
Okay, so He-Man.
It's my turn again?
No.
Oh no, they're attacking me.
The creature's going to attack you.
Creature.
Okay. What are you gonna do? Bite my boot?
They will bite your boot. It does 39 damage.
I have to read something here.
I will wear you like socks. Come here, worms.
It's still the worm's turn.
It's the enemy's turn right now. Just looking at what I have to do for this.
Wait, is it the small worms or the big worms? There's 2 different enemies.
He-Man, what are you wearing that's made of metal?
Made of metal? I mean, besides my sword, like in armor? What am I wearing? My breastplate's metal, my helmet's metal. Yeah, that's it.
Roll a DC 19 dexterity save.
DC 19. I have an advantage. 22.
Okay. The creature
Well,
lunges at you, tries to grab you, but you avoid it. The 2 carrion crawlers are going to come forward and attack the nearest target, which is He-Man. I think they move through your threatened area if you want to use a reaction against one.
Where the fuck were you when I needed you?
You went from double ones to double 20.
I wanted to
don't
filter
have
out the
battle
one.
Ballad, so this is just a plus 10 out of 12. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay. And I do 22 points of damage.
Which one?
The weaker looking.
Okay, you splatter that one.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to do that. Let me just toggle it to 2. Corpse. All right. The one that
Yep.
got close to you is going to try to attack.
you.
It lashes at you. Doesn't hit. Gets like a 14. Okay. No, I wasn't even supposed to do them yet. I split up their initiatives. Rikaril, what do you do?
Alright. In this, I'm gonna go over here. And I'm gonna shoot I'm gonna shoot a crossbow at the first enemy, the 21.
Okay.
I guess.
The injured one? Got it.
A sec. 22 to hit, 7 piercing, second attack.
You do 7 damage. Puts it at
Natural
28.
20. 10 extra damage to the injured one. I'm rolling these natural 20s like goddamn hell.
Wait, what is going on? Are we still in a dungeon?
Yeah, combat. All right. So when Rikaril gets a critical hit with his second crossbow shot, Rikaril, you're going to recover 10 stress, and anybody within 20 feet that sees it will recover 9.
Yeah.
And
welcome.
Rikaril's weapon attack, you're able to maneuver towards your opponent while attacking and attempt to harass them. After your attack, you can choose to attempt to grapple your opponent if you have a free hand, or attempt to shove your opponent if both hands are in use.
Oh, then yeah, I'll shove him like away.
How much movement does he have? Oh no, wait, he was only there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, or was he?
Okay. Make an attack roll. See if you can success. Or is it attack or athletics? I forget.
He was directly in front of Osiris, so he moved 5, 10, 15 to go through
You're
you.
25 feet.
20, 25, 30. This is already 30 feet.
Yeah, I'm basically hoping to push it with another crossbow bolt. Is that possible?
Yeah.
I think you have to shove them with your hands.
It's not specified. We'll just say the crossbow shot forced it to
Hits
stumble
them.
back.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm just looking at if it works or not. Where the hell is shove? Shove. Here's grappling. Here's cover.
You either shove them 5 feet back or prone in their own space.
Shoving a creature. Use an attack action. Okay. So roll to hit.
Alright, so I gotta roll again.
Alright, so your arrow hits with such incredible force that it might knock the creature back. If this roll is good. It's
That's a natural one.
Alright, so it doesn't get knocked back. I think we're on Osiris now. Still in the tunnel. What do you do?
Bruh, I never expected this. It's my turn.
It is your turn.
Hold up. Where are we?
So you guys...
We're in the meat tunnel.
You guys continued down the corridor you were in, and it led to a narrow tunnel, like a very small passage that you crawl through, and it opens up into this gross cavern full of horrifying carrion crawlers and other monstrosities.
All right. What enemies are near me?
You are over here in the tunnel. So there are no enemies nearby. The nearest enemy is outside the tunnel where He-Man's at. He's fighting the big one over there, and there's a smaller one and some other smaller ones that are coming in from the side room over here. If you wanted to move into the room, you could move, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You could move to where He-Man is, like behind Osiris here if you wanted. Or you could stay in the tunnel. What do you want to do?
Wait, where could I go again?
All right, so you're back here.
Mhm.
If you're looking on the stream, you're back here in the tunnel. You can get, with 30 feet of movement, you could get where He-Man's at. Stand next to him here between He-Man and Rikaril. So that would be your move, and then you could still maybe make a ranged attack or something.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to get right there, and then I want to fire a musket. Would that be possible? Or
All right, so you move forward, you draw your musket, you fire. Do you want to fire at the big creature or one of the small ones?
small ones.
All right. Do you want to shoot at the one that's already injured or the other ones that are coming?
The ones that are coming from where?
There's 2 more that are coming from the side over this way.
Yeah, can I shoot those, or what, like, is it going to be disadvantage or something if I aim for him?
Yeah, you could shoot at this one. That's fine. You could probably also hit that one. I guess corner to corner, it says yes.
Yeah, I want to shoot one of the ones that are coming towards us.
Take your shot. The musket fires with a krakow. Bam.
24 to hit, 20 damage.
20 damage.
I didn't know you were such a metalhead later on.
Oh, you can hear my music.
Yeah.
Sorry, fucking tell me then.
I can just imagine Mad God in real
Take it
life,
off.
like mascara, like head bopping right now.
Well, it's meant to be ambient music for this environment, and it's rip and tear from the Doom soundtrack. So
Of course it is.
Thank you.
you'll hear it. Hang on.
All right,
Now?
so you shoot
Yeah,
that Carrion Eater, you blast a big chunk, but even though it lost several of its little arms, it's still coming.
That's what she said.
All right, so that was your move, your action. You're probably done. Father Arid, what's he doing?
I don't think he can get close enough to anybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't move any further. I guess he'll use Withstand. He is marked. He gets +2 to saves against Blight, Bleed, Debuff, and Move, and 4 damage resistance. And that will last until the end of the battle.
Okay.
Mega, do you think you could make me like a little token I can put on him when he does that buff?
What buff is it?
So if you come down over here
Where are you?
Spotlight?
on his character sheet, or it's the Withstand ability.
You mean like the ring?
Yeah, one of those rings.
No, I didn't make that. That's just a source that I found online.
I thought you made those. Never
Nah,
mind.
that's also why I don't have one for Warding Bond, because the guy who made them didn't make one.
I see.
Yeah.
You could always just
All
use an existing one and rename it. Like this.
You know what? I'm gonna do that.
You could use
I'll
this
take care of that.
concentrating one, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy it.
So, Marmorial, what do you do?
Yo, what's going on?
You are in a tunnel full of gore, crawling on your hands and knees.
You're playing D&D. It's 10:54 p.m. Detroit, Michigan.
Your allies
I'm
seem
not
to
in
be
Detroit,
fighting some
fuck you.
stuff. Do you wish to crawl towards your allies in combat?
Sure, but like I'm still level 1, I think, so I'm gonna get mollywopped as soon as I try to fight.
You move up. You are unable to see any targets from where you're at. Do you wish to double move?
Sure.
All right, 50 movement will get you here. So you could either go here behind Osiris, or you could go here behind He-Man. Either of these 2 spots.
He-Man.
All right, so you're standing next to Zolder behind He-Man, enemies on the other side. All right, so that was 2 movements. So, I don't know, bonus action, interaction. You probably don't have anything to do. What's your class again?
My goal is to be monk.
Right.
Uh,
So if you make an attack, you could use your bonus action to do like an extra attack with your offhand.
Bonus attack.
That'd be a monk thing to do. And then if you use one of your key points, you could attack 3 times with a flurry of blows.
No, I can't change the writing of the rings either.
I mean, it could be done, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah. I mean, I could make a ring in Blender, but nah.
Pretty sure Blender has a thing to turn text into like a 3D modeled thing, so you could make the text version of it.
Yeah.
Just give it a bendy, and then put it on the ring.
Oh god, Moon Corpse is breathing again.
All right, so that's his move, and then so then these other guys, they're gonna come in. So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, Rikoril, one of these creatures tries to grab at you. Little graboid. It's got a 15, which I think misses.
Yeah, misses.
All right, back to the top. He-Man, what do you do?
Let's see. Is one of the injured ones next to me?
Yes.
Yes. I will swing at the injured one, trying to finish it off. It's 26 hit it.
Exceptional.
Exception. Wonderful.
Pretty sure it dies.
I will curse splat it.
You only had a few hit points
that's all
left,
the
so
sixes.
extremely
Alright.
dead.
So now I gain a bonus action to attack it, so I will double swing at the big one now. It's a 26 hit again. And does 24 also hit?
24 is exceptional.
Okay.
So they're both exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them have ones, so I'll try to reroll the ones. Okay, so the
So
first one does
4 extra
25, and the other one does...
28.
Yeah, the other one does 28 damage.
53.
53 damage.
Not bad. Chop, chop. 53.
Cross slash across its abdomen.
All right, 2 bad wounds, squirting ichor everywhere. The thing flails about. Anything else?
No, I will stand here and guard my allies.
All right. Tankin.
Good job.
Mad God.
Yes. I claw myself out of the vile goo, urged on by the smug smile that Zolder's giving me for those 2 awful magical effects. I look up and ponder to myself, why the fuck did I invest my time and effort into a stupid fucking angel that can't even afford to give his own damn follower the ability to kill what it set itself out to kill? And he just thinks
Where'd
to
you learn
himself,
your magic
why?
anyways?
Eventually I'll do my action, but no, I'm just going to externally monologue here. But no, large monstrosity, this one. Does this also count as a beast type?
Yep.
Yep. I'll just blast it. Hopefully there won't be fucking ones. What's its AC?
AC 14.
AC 14.
They're pretty squishy.
15. What is with the low? What is with the under 10 rolls? Is it just me or am I getting a few of them?
Hey, it still hit.
And 28.
And exception.
Am I critting on a 19 or not?
No, we don't have
No
battle
battle
right now.
round.
Alright. First blast, the big guy deals 19
All right,
damage.
guys, I gotta go.
All right.
Okay, bye, Sayat.
See ya.
See,
ya,
hey,
Saya.
stop saying my
See ya,
name.
See ya, see ya,
CSDN.
See you guys.
see ya.
Hey, again, like just say bye. My name is.
No, see,
Yeah.
when I say see ya, it's spelled C-YA.
Is there an echo?
Oh God, I unplugged my head when I was moving my foot, and I'm just leaving.
See ya.
There he goes. Right, so 19 damage. I hope you factored that in. And the second blast, if he's still alive,
He is still alive.
18 damage.
Another 18.
Happy
Splat.
now?
It does.
Nice.
You killed the big one.
Yes, I killed the big one. That's my turn, by the way.
All right, Zelda.
Nice job. You may have just redeemed yourself.
Remind me never to cure your blindness if you ever go blind.
What? Can't you take a little fun ribbing during a battle against tapeworms of some sort?
Not particularly.
I
Not when the
assume
angel.
these-
Not when the angel I made a contract with to grant me power in this life is granting me less power than someone who, say, oh, I don't know, just studied for his exams.
I studied the dark arts. Thank you.
Yes, and you'd think the light arts would have an advantage against demonic creatures, but no! Apparently, and he
Well-
shouts upwards again, apparently holy light is the same as a goddamn sword!
Well, you know, the only thing faster than the speed of light is the speed of darkness. Anyhow, does corner to corner count as adjacent?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's shoot more tentacles. 22,
Hits both.
20.
Okay.
And I will stay in the comfy coziness of being protected by.
Right on. And then Scorbeak.
Yep, Squeak. The one that's at minus 40, toll the dead that thing. Make a wisdom save for me.
It actually rolled really well, so that's a 19, and its modifier is +1, 20.
Nope, didn't make. Well, yeah, it saved against it.
Pretty rare. That was a tough one.
Toll the dead all or nothing.
Yeah,
It
unfortunately.
is unless you're an invoker.
All right, Memorial. What do you do?
He is gone.
Memorial is going to run past Zolder, climb
Can I kill him
over,
when he leaves?
climb over
Can
the
I kill
pile
him?
of gore, and then he's going to
Can I kill him?
swan dive into
kill
the
him?
large monstrosity's mouth.
Oh, can I just kill him though?
And then he's going to climb into its upper stomach chamber and dig around for treasure.
Ew. I hope his hands get melted by it.
It's like level 6 treasure.
Regril, what do you do?
I'm gonna go over here. Oh, he's over there.
Keep in mind you've got your
You really
musket
don't
in
have to move.
hand, and your musket does not have a shot in it.
I have a musket.
You have a bayonet. Wasn't that Osiris with the musket?
That was
You had a
Sia. That was
crossbow.
Oh,
Sia's character.
Sorry. Never mind.
He did use his crossbow last turn, though. So he's
Uh,
got a crossbow in hand.
crossbow.
22 to hit.
Disadvantage to attack with a
mag-
crossbow from within 5 feet, I think.
I'm
Unless you
using
have
a short.
bayonet.
I'm using a short sword, so
Alright. You draw your short sword
uh,
instead?
yeah, 8 magical piercing.
48. Not enough to drop it.
I do the other one.
pretty close though. It's on death's door.
15, 9 damage.
All right, that one takes it out. Thwap.
There we go. And then I'm gonna move over and go right behind.
Okay. Flank around behind.
Right.
Father Arid.
1, 2, 3, 4. Can I move on to a corpse?
Remember, it's rough terrain for allies and corpses.
Right, but so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it would be his maximum. It'd be he's at 5 out of 6 squares here.
Yeah,
So
you
he
wouldn't be
can't
able
move
to.
anymore at all.
You wouldn't be able to make it into either of these squares. Not
Oh,
enough
for
movement.
crying out loud. He's never gonna swing and attack anything.
Well, he's a cleric. They usually don't.
He's got a 2-handed freaking maul, and he's got plus like 9 to hit in melee combat.
That's true. So far, he's not much of a frontliner, though.
Well, he's dual classing his paladin as soon as he levels up.
Yeah.
That'll help. I guess he will go and take a knee and do another heal.
All right, then we're on to Osiris. So, he left.
Yep.
He did.
Gonna have him move up and attack, and he does chop. He does like 7 damage. All right. So now that thing's at 27, and then after Osiris, the creature's dead. This one's still alive. This one's going to attack Rikaril. So it misses with a 13.
Yep, misses.
Oh, I'm hoping we get to that damn altar soon.
Seriously.
You
I
will.
want to go back to the Hamlet and respec my character.
It's actually in the next room. You can see it there.
Oh, thank God.
All right. So these things hear the commotion, and they're gonna sort of rise up, but they don't immediately move to attack. They're just sort of hanging out. They're just beasts, just doing what beasts do, so they don't rush to attack. So we're back to Rikaril. There's one creature left in the room here, but you can hear sounds from the next room through that butthole at the far end of the room.
I was gonna say, is that a sphincter door?
It sure is.
Yeah, let's finish
Gross.
off this this guy. That's 6 damage. And then does a 13 hit?
He actually... Yeah, let me check. These guys have armor class 13. That does hit.
Okay, then another 6 damage. That's all I got
How much damage total was that?
in total.
Your audio cut out again. What?
12.
Well,
12. All right. He had 27. That puts him at 39. It's still alive.
Really? I'm gonna kill this.
what did Memorial find in the guts?
Nothing. So Memorial crawls out of the monstrosity, and anything metal that was on his body is destroyed, including the sickle he just found. He's like, hey guys, I think everything in this thing rusts metal that it comes in contact with.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
why
it's
you
a
asked
rust
if I had metal on
monster.
me.
It is a rust monster. A super rust monster.
So what happened when Longlord James's sword slashed into it?
His sword is magic. It's immune.
Oh, thank
It
God.
was trying to eat his breastplate, which is not magic. And not immune.
Someone flying a drone?
Are you hearing my music again?
Yes.
Yes.
Hang on, let me just. There you go.
Still streaming. Please don't.
That's not better. Please turn it off.
All right.
Can you squish the take one, please?
That's fine. I'll just server mute him. Okay, so next, after Rikoril does some damage to that one, and Marmorial digs around in the corpse, what does He-Man do?
Going to smash the last one. Smash it with the flat end of my sword.
You're trying to knock it out and keep it as a pet?
No, just trying to completely smash it.
All right.
Like, instead of cutting it in two, I'm splattering it.
A hit.
26 damage.
Flattened.
Does it explode?
Yeah. Goo squirts all over Rikoril and Osiris's boots.
Yeah.
Next.
That's what you get for leaving Osiris. You get guts. Are all of them gone?
Yes.
Loot.
No loot.
Okay.
Did I see
Looks
Mamriel
like
jump into
Curio.
the large monstrosity?
The beasts do not have treasure, but they're, yeah, like he said, there's piles of bones here and here.
As I said,
I'm
loot.
gonna use Mage Hand on this pile of bone over here.
All right. One moment. Get my generator for pile of bones.
I gotta keep you.
Pile of bones. Let's see
Yes.
here. All right, the pile of bones has 2 items.
Sweet.
The 2 items are
Guys, I see a large anus. Anus.
You know, that's not a nice thing to call Leron.
Also, did you move the altar in here?
It's been in there. What are you talking about?
I remember specifically being in the other room. Yeah, by the enemies.
Yes.
Why are you using the tabletop voice chat?
Oh, because your music. Ninja?
generating loot. It's on this card here.
Okay.
Mad God's begging
Mad,
for
Mad,
forgiveness.
Mad God wants you to unmute him. You turn the music down.
It is much funnier to go and mock Leiron though when he can't, respond.
Oh, you done playing copywritten music on my stream? Thank you.
Don't worry, we all know you'll never get enough viewers.
That's not the point, man. All right, so you'll find in this pile of bones, this must have been a like a lady barbarian. All you find is the bronze halberd and the studded leather boots. Everything else is melted gore.
Did
All
I?
right. Well, we'll add that to the treasure
I
pile.
cry at
and
the
I-
thought of a female barbarian.
You'll never find one.
Yeah, that Hellion didn't make it. And Rikoril, you went to the other pile of bones, huh?
Vicious
Yep.
Matrix.
All right, let me see what's in the other pile of bones. The other pile of bones contains
The god staff.
2 things.
Oh yeah, I have named my sword after Annihilatrix, so now I'm killing things with Annihilatrix.
Oh god. It has my voice now. I've had to my input.
Sounds a
You're
lot
very-
quieter.
Super quiet.
Yeah, you're very.
turn me
Very
up
faint.
in Discord. Because this way it's not turning on all the time accidentally. Also, I can hear my music.
All right. Yeah, I had you at pretty low percentage. Say something.
La 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 la.
It's still not great.
Hang on.
Mhm.
I'll fiddle around a bit more.
I'm
All
at
right,
like
Baymax.
200%. In this pile, you find a gold saber.
Ooh.
Cute.
Now I make an arcane to see if
And a net.
there's something wrong with it. And what?
A net.
And a net. A throwing net.
I'm gonna do an
Hey,
arcane check.
He-Man, do you still have any of that special eyesight left to see if any of this stuff is magical that we found?
I do.
Actual 20 on Arcana. Anything wrong with that saber? That I should know about.
Nothing that you can tell.
I have one more use of magical awareness before I have
Yeah.
to walk.
Can you hear my music?
Do you want to?
Pick up.
Not right
Well,
now.
maybe we should save it for when we
Hang on.
get to the rest
Yes.
of the finishing for next round.
Totally. Yep.
Hang on.
I pick up the saber.
I hear
and-
screamo music now. I mean, we could carry that stuff and then bring it into the other room. What looks
Yeah,
like the
let's-
anus, and if there's more stuff in the anus, then I can look at all of it at the same time.
Yeah, it works for me. Let's just bring it with us.
Did I see that the large monstrosity came from the anus, or could I not see that far?
Yes, you would be aware that's where he came from.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, then I would probably think there
how
are
does
some
that-
stuff in there.
Quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah, we still
Does
can't
anything
hear you,
happen
Mad
right
Dog.
when I pick up the saber?
All right.
Okay, now the music is louder.
Yeah, I'll just turn the fucking
Yeah.
music off. I've had enough.
Thank you. Just for a few more minutes.
Yeah, it's not just a few more
Well,
minutes. For the
Unless
for the
you're planning on
remainder
using
of
the-
the sessions.
Reaper, unless you're planning on using that weapon, we should just probably just leave it with the rest of the loot, and we'll figure it all out later.
I guess. I'm keeping the saber on me. I'm gonna put it on my back.
Does it become cursed?
Were there any weapons? I am still waiting for a simple weapon.
There was gold saber and Hellion equipment.
was all
The
martial.
sickle was a simple weapon, but it's dissolved into muck now.
Great.
Oh, then. This is.
What do you want a simple weapon for?
Oh, I don't know. Just something.
Okay.
All right. So, He-Man,
we
you
don't want
approach the butthole. You can see beyond the butthole there is a hive. And the hive is swarming with thousands upon thousands of insect-like creatures and carrion crawlers and who knows what else lurks within there. But towards the back, you can see in the distance the corrupted altar.
It's a gaping butthole.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me burn it with cleansing fire.
Okay. Have fun burning the butt ticks.
Well, no, like the hive.
You gonna throw a fireball in
The
there?
whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
was
this
referring
whole
to.
thing is
the
a
butt
hive.
ticks. Burn the butt ticks.
You still have a fireball?
I've got 2.
All right. You detonate a fireball in the hive, exploding it and sending bug guts everywhere. Sploosh, 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 sploosh. Many of the creatures are knocked down, stunned, injured. Perhaps if you rush in the conflagration, you can do stuff before the hive has a chance to reactivate itself.
After you, He-Man.
Okay, I dash in 5 to hit. Is the butthole entrance like rough terrain or anything that
Nope.
like you have to crawl through?
Nope.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I have 15 feet. Can I swing at this one?
Sure.
I double slash at it. Wash it. Smushy smash.
All right, it dies. Whatever.
I yell and screaming, attack! Butthole! Enter the butthole!
I'm trying to shortcut this a little bit because these are more for the
Cosmetic.
visual of how gross this area is supposed to be. They're
Alright.
trivial enemies that are really not worth your time, so I'm not trying to get bogged down too much in the nitty-gritty combat against a bunch of trash mobs.
I mean, should we just do it all like as if we're just walking through it?
Let's
like, walking
let's
through
just
that?
RP this one. You fireball the shit out of it, and they're all stunned, and then you can run in and mop up.
I flick my fingers once or twice at the occasional bug, killing it with Eldritch Blasts.
I don't want to spend an hour doing this because you could easily defeat all of the creatures in this room.
Father Arid finally gets a taste of combat, just squishes things with his ball left, right, and center. Just
Alright.
bloodlust in his eyes.
But I just want to describe that this is like an infinite pile of insects. And so you will have to like fight your way in, fight your way out. I'm just not going to get bogged down in the combat of it because it's not hard.
Right. I go to the corrupted
That's what you do on
altar.
the altar.
Yeah, as I was saying, I go up to the corrupted altar and I cover it in consecrated essence.
All right. Wham!
Woo.
The light of the altar goes out.
You
This
hear a
area is
magical ding.
cleansed. Behind the altar in the corner, you see that there are a couple more dead heroes, and also back in that corner, you can't really see it, but there might be more.
Yeah, let's grab their stuff.
I search.
I smush more bugs.
Okay.
Smush them all.
You're gonna smash your way through some carrion crawlers. They try to hit your extreme AC and fail. They only have +3 to hit. The best they can do is a critical hit, but that's unlikely.
I'm channeling burning hands in the back, just kind of keeping them back.
All right, so your bottle of
Use
consecrated
for-
essence is used up. Rikurul's going to investigate this corpse in the corner. Let's see what you find in the corner. You find... That's a katana. Looks like it's made of silver.
What?
Let's see here. So the last thing you found was that net, and then here's a silver katana, and then
Sure, everybody in the hamlet thinks we're dead.
Why would they think that? We're the heroes that
Went
Because
into
what-
the darkest dungeon.
giant vampire and stuff, and the Pope believes in you.
Hey, Medya, that escape rope you have, is it like on a cooldown or does it have limited uses?
What? The teleport?
Yeah.
Once a night. Once a day, but it has to be night.
I wonder if it's night right now. Because being able to just go back to the entrance instead of fighting our way back would probably save us a lot of time.
all right, Rikurul. Exploring the rest of the corner there, you're going to find 20 platinum pieces, a ring, a rod, and a potion labeled Animal Friendship.
Nice.
Oh,
A raw day.
So that's
Probably
that.
what is
That's that corner where Rikurul is, and then He-Man, if you search this pile of bones over here...
Riku, I'll identify everything once we get back to town.
Alright.
Because then I could just take my time and just do, ritual and just identify it all over a couple hours.
Well, for now, I say to
interested
Zelda or He-Man, perhaps one of you should do your fancy magics and tell if any of them are cursed before we pick them up. Because they'll have to be picked up if you want me to teleport us out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will use
we
my
also-
He-Man can do this a lot
magical
faster than I can.
awareness.
We also
Use
got
my-
that soap.
My last magical awareness for today.
We got that soap that we move as curses.
Yeah, but why even bother if it's cursed item? We can just leave it behind.
Yeah, but if we don't touch, but in order for us to take it with us in the first place, we'd have to touch it. And if we touch it, then you get cursed.
Yeah,
Alright.
the few items that were in the other room that we carried in here.
So, all in all,
Is there
searching
anything
the
first?
room, you find a interesting-looking net, an interesting-looking silver katana, 20 platinum pieces, a strange-looking ring, a strange-looking rod, a potion, a splint mail that's covered in runes, and a buffalo hide belt with a ornate draconic buckle.
Are any of these magical?
Do you have a detect magic
Or
spell
cursed.
active?
I do. I used my detect magical awareness eye ability.
The net, the katana, the ring, the rod, the potion, the splint mail, and the belt are all magic.
Okay, but not
Any of the stuff from the
None of them are
previous
cursed.
rooms?
From
Well-
earlier, what is it?
There's studded leather boots, bronze halberd, and the gold saber.
The studded leather armor is magic.
Okay. Oh, from the very first corpse. Page 1.
No, not that one. The one that was
Yes, that
the
one.
pile of bone.
That one
Oh,
on page
This
one.
one.
Okay,
The one on
I thought you
page
were talking
1.
about the boots.
You can
That's
delete that
magic.
iron sickle; it melted. And then make a note that that studded leather armor is magic.
With the boots magic?
The halberd or the saber.
No, neither of those is magic.
Okay, and I'll just put a note. All magic.
Well, not the platinum, at least.
Well, that's currency.
Hey, money is magical. It can accomplish a great many things. With enough money,
Alright,
you can do
Let's
anything.
teleport the heck out of here and identify all this yummy stuff back at home
I
base.
say, I look over to Zolda. Aren't we forgetting something?
Oh, hang on,
What,
hang on.
you mean the monk? No. No,
Reekrill,
we aren't.
The orb.
Oh, yeah, the
orb.
orb.
Reekrill, the
shit.
one corpse in the corner there is wearing cultist robes, and in one of the pockets you find another key, another big key similar to the other one.
Ooh.
So now you have both of the big door keys.
Huh, interesting. I didn't think one of their people would be dead in with these corpses. But good find.
Nice one. Good job, Ricardo. I guess running in and just examining everything with your bare hands does pay off once in a while.
Sometimes.
Just please, God, don't let it be a regular thing. I really think there should
Alright,
be
like-
like costs to that. Like you get an infection in your hands, or
Sometimes
The
there
problem
is.
is he's a freaking vampire, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter anymore.
Yep.
Well, until it's like a holy trap that destroys vampires instantly, like with a giant blast of sunlight.
Yeah, but where'd the odds of that
Alright,
in the
so we go
darkest
get the
dungeon
orb,
Yeah,
and
let's
then we
backtrack for the
teleport,
orb
and then we teleport out.
yeah, we go get the orb, and assuming it's nighttime, we teleport out.
It's all fun in games until the trap is a bag of holding that turns inside out, unleashing 50 gold coins enchanted with catapult.
Oh god, that would hurt quite a bit.
That's a trap you don't want to face trap.
Does that work for you, Ninja? We backtrack, we grab the orb, we teleport out, assuming it's nighttime.
Yeah, that's fine. So you return to the hamlet with your ill-gotten loot.
And we identify it. What's in it?
Yeah.
What are
I
you
spend an
doing?
hour or whatever it takes to mass identify
That's my
everything.
fault. Nothing was working.
Let's see here. Let me...
Don't touch it.
I'm gonna copy...
The only one allowed to,
Don't touch
yeah,
it.
Yeah, I'm lagging.
yeah, copy it just in case.
I swear, every time I go to copy-paste, it lags at that exact moment.
Let everyone, yes.
Oh
Where'd it
no,
go?
one of them disappeared. Oh, for Christ's sake. Good thing you copied it. We need another copy.
Yeah.
Very good.
I was going to say,
Half of the
bronze
stuff
halberd
just
wasn't
disappeared.
there.
It was one of the mundane items.
Please, God, be a rod of the pack keeper.
It's an immovable rod.
Ugh.
Those are fun if you can collect a few. You can make an, if you have like 2 or 3, you can make an infinite ladder.
I mean, depends if you have the stamina. I mean, could be.
If you have the stamina, you could use 1 as an infinite ladder. You just gotta get the timing right and just do like infinite pull-ups into the sky.
I feel like gravity would kick in sooner than that. I mean, you'll always have gravity affecting you.
No, you do, but when you do the pull-up, you've got upward momentum. If you hit as you're trajectory up the button, move it quickly over your head and clamp it again before gravity counteracts your upward momentum, you'll go up about a foot or so.
Eh. It would depend if you have the stamina.
Okay, magical +1 buffalo hide belt of electrical resistance. Oh my god, I
Oh
can't
God,
read
no!
that.
Please, no. Right. Buffalo hide blood, electric shit. Shit.
That
Animal
katana's
fat.
pretty good.
Shit.
If you want to get those high-level spells, that katana's how you do it.
I said I'm interested in both.
Ritual katana
Spell
sacrifice.
I'll take it.
Does anybody else wear heavy armor other than Father Arid?
Yeah,
Smitty.
I can do it.
Smitty?
Or burst silver.
Like that split nails. Bomb.
Nope, I can't.
Giggity.
Silver katana would be perfect for me. There's just one little problem. It's not a simple weapon.
You can't
Oh
use
well,
katana.
never mind.
Yeah.
You could be amazingly acrobatic in that suit of armor. +5
What do you
bonus
mean?
is pretty awesome.
Did you guys say
Which
anything about the
armor?
wing hat?
That acrobatic specialist studded leather light armor at the bottom.
It's all one box of text. I'm having trouble reading every item separately.
Right.
Oh, hey, ring of swim.
They all start with magic +1, so just use those as starting points.
Cotton bark net. Magic +1 greater lightning. What?
I can have resistance to acid damage.
Oh.
Mm. But you'd have to
What
wear.
do you need?
You'd have
to wear
to
heavy
wear
armor, though.
heavy armor. Yeah, and you
You
can't.
can't wear heavy armor as a barbarian, can you?
It will make it so I can't rage anymore.
However, you could wear the belt
Yeah,
and
it's
get
fine.
lightning resistance.
Don't I already have an electric resistance gem though? I think I do. But that's
No,
resistant.
no
on
radiant
gems.
resistant gen. Resistant to
Explorers, Traveler. I do have a lightning resistant gem. It's on my belt.
Okay,
Well, Father Aird's
so
interested in the heavy armor. I don't know if anybody else is.
Oh, I can't wear any.
Yeah,
You
can't use
said
anything.
Smitty wanted to use the heavy armor.
I mean, he can.
Is he coming back into the darkest dungeon?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him if he's not scared anymore. Like, look, we killed one of the big things in there. It's gonna be fine.
I mean, he's got a half plate +1. I could get that repaired by the smith to use that instead.
These
He
note cards are
literally just
impossible to
buried it out.
use. What the fuck?
What's that?
These note cards are so impossible to use. It's really annoying.
They are a pain. Ring of Swimming is very situational. We should maybe keep that in kind of like the group utility chest, maybe. Like next time we end up having to go, if we ever have to go to the cove again.
I mean, me and
Oh,
He-Man
okay,
have got
everything
close
crashed.
to Manta Ray.
Or I crashed. I don't know.
You crashed. Haha, it's your turn. Enjoy having no internet.
Simple weapons. There was like a stash of stuff that I had in the hamlet that had. I mean, it's fine. It's tabletop simulator stuff working for me. You guys can still hear me.
Yeah.
A bit, but you're really glitchy.
Yeah.
Can you guys still hear me? Am I really quiet?
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
you're
seeing
just
that my
fine.
mic. I'm seeing that my mic isn't going off and on all the time anymore, which is nice.
All right, so now we have these two note cards. So this one's got the mundane items on it, and the void prison, and the coins, and this one's got the magic items you just figured out. So you figure out their magic, you go back to town, you cast Identify a bunch of times.
Yep. Anything happen when we get back to town?
People are surprised when you teleport into town.
We've done it like 3 times.
It's always surprising.
Okay.
So nobody can use the. I don't think anybody's interested in the net. Nobody can use that damn katana.
Nah. If it were a simple
I
weapon,
say we
yes.
sell those two. I say we sell the katana then and the.
Well, sell
I mean,
everything
unless
nobody
Smitty,
wants.
what does Smitty use as a weapon?
I'm
He's a
telling you,
fighter,
that
isn't he?
katana is the most powerful
Yes.
item in the pile.
We can't use it. I can't use
see
it.
if
nope.
Smitty can use it.
Can Smitty use that?
Maybe, I don't know. My Steam isn't like went down too. I'm trying to launch it.
If Smitty's taking levels... Well, hang on. He was a fighter, right?
Yeah.
I think he's all 3 levels in fighter. I think that's what you like made him put into.
Yeah, initially he was just going to be a fighter. So, he could use it, but is he capable of making a religion check?
I don't think so. I don't
So
know.
Father Arid
I
might be a
think he
better
might
choice.
specialize
If Father Arid can use swords, but he might not be able to.
If they're two-handed swords, he can.
You can use it versatilely as two-handed.
Katana's
No,
a
the
long sword.
katana.
Functions as one.
It has to be a two-handed
Oh.
weapon.
It has to be a heavy two-handed weapon because he's a leper.
Well, criminal.
So it's like two-handed, like a great sword works.
Well, this
maul
does have
works.
versatile D10, so it is technically a two-handed weapon.
Yeah, I mean, he can use it and it'll work with his two-handed.
It's not a
He just
two-handed
won't be able to use any of. Well, versatile means you can use it as a two-handed weapon.
Yeah, but it doesn't
The
have a
problem is he
two-handed
won't be
weapon
able to-
property.
Yeah, he won't be able to use any of his abilities.
So
with
the cool
it.
thing about those items, they're super powerful if you know how to use them and you have the right ability. So the advantage on sacrifice rolls
Actually,
gives,
yeah, give me that. I want
gives
that.
you
I'm
access to high-level magic that you don't normally have access to. However, it's a little bit random, and you have to actually make a sacrifice to then make a religion roll to then see like how
Right.
powerful a spell effect you would get.
But this is an evil.
Don't I already have that?
No, that sword is actually celestial. It is a holy weapon.
What
It says it-
the weapon was created with evil parts.
I know.
Already
Has a
got
dark energy aura.
But it is a celestial item that was made with materials from an evil thing. It's because it's celestial in origin, it's not an evil item. But it
I've
was
already got
crafted with evil parts.
My black
Yeah.
bow is exactly the same thing.
Like, I don't know, maybe like the handle is made of dragon bone or something. It came from an evil dragon, but it doesn't make the sword evil.
But I think the only one to do actual like human sacrifice would be Leiron.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, all you have to do is use it in combat, and when you kill the enemy, you just make the religion roll as it dies.
Since when was that a thing?
Since the very moment I unveiled this and used it against you. So the
That
very
was
first
never-
time this appeared, it was an undead that was using a undead crossbow with this ability, and what he would do is he would send a
Black
bunch of
bow.
dogs out, and then he would shoot one of his own dogs to try to sacrifice it in order to then cast a spell against you.
But the problem is
remember
the
that.
spell is but the spell is completely random.
Yes, but they can be high level if his religion check is good, and those guys had like a plus 10.
To be honest, I feel like it would have bogged down combat a bit because every weapon attack would have been, okay, was it in line of sight of allies? Yes. Was it in a place consecrated or desecrated? Yes. Okay, was it in charge of an... Oh my god, it would have taken ages just to do one move. Do you really want my attacks getting longer? My turns getting longer?
kills things.
Well, you just can't do
It only works if you
99% of those things are impossible to do in combat. So the combat one is just a straight religion check. Now, if you keep an opponent alive, make them a prisoner, and go down the whole checklist as like a downtime activity, then you can get the whole full bonus. But if you're just killing things and then making a roll, it's just going to be your regular check.
If I was able to put my spells into the bow, then I might consider it. Like, not I can already put my spells into the bow, but if I could put it into the bow on the same turn, I might consider it. But it's only a d6 of damage.
Those kind of weapons are great if you have a really optimized religious build. Like, if you are a super focused cleric with a really high religion check, and then you get like an armor that gives you a bonus to your religion check, and then you do the whole checklist, you could hit like 6th or 7th level spells on that chart.
Religion.
You even have religion as a thing, Micah.
Yeah, I have religion.
Oh.
My religion is 8.
So like earlier when you said you don't have access to those 6th level healing spells, this is how you would do it. You would have to go through a process and do a sacrifice.
I've done this before though, and the highest I've ever gotten is 3rd level.
I know. You have to be able to roll really high.
I can and have, and nothing good ever came of it. Nothing worth it ever came of it.
So far.
I mean, I don't see anybody other than Smitty being able to actually use the weapon as a weapon, as it's intended. So unless Smitty wants to use this katana, with the burst damage, I say sell it. I don't see anybody using the net that can once a day, on top of being a net, do a D8 of damage, lightning damage.
Wait, you're talking about the net?
Yeah, the net is useless. It's just very valuable.
Then so.
Yeah.
Just imagine how effective that is on fish.
Once a day,
I mean,
it's effective on fish.
I mean, it's essentially that everyone here seen the Simpsons movie. Have they? Yes? No?
Yeah.
No.
Long
It's
time ago,
Guardians
yep.
of the Galaxy. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's that net that she used on him, the taser net.
Hmm.
I'm gonna head off, guys.
All right.
Okay, bye.
So I guess when we get back together next Wednesday, we'll do some downtime activity town stuff. So we'll have the week to figure out what all downtime activities we want to do.
Yep.
And then, now that you have the keys, you can go back into that darkest dungeon. I'll keep the map exactly like it is because there's still those 2 or 3 unexplored areas, and you have the keys for them now. So
What if we move on to a lower level? Or what if we get another mission?
Okay, so if you get to the stairs and go to the next level, I'll have to sort of start building it as we go. But I know you won't get super far because it is the darkest dungeon after all. So
I mean, if
then
we end up with, I mean, you could just take out this entire section from the map and then like put it over here, which would then lead into the main area, which is where the next stage, the next section of the game would take place.
I mean, if you guys could fully explore this level and then I could delete it, that would be easier. Alternatively,
just
I
do that.
could save it. And or actually another option is I could screenshot it and make a map out of it.
Yeah, you could.
I've done that before with this other map down in the corner. Well, I put that one away, but I did have a map like that.
Right, week of downtime. I've got a lot of changes to make to my character, including I want to make a feat change, but I need to clarify with you if it's okay because it's a very particular feat.
Didn't you ask about that like several days
Yes.
ago? And I already said
Yeah. Yeah, but you said that it can
So-
only be done with a hamlet.
Yeah, I want you to do it in the downtime and to roleplay like what process you go through to change your character. I don't know, seek
I
training
could-
or something.
I go back to my mansion. I somehow learn thaumaturgy, and everyone just hears me ranting to this unforeseen force. Like, what the hell are you doing? You're meant to give me a hand in the darkest dungeon, and I'm nothing but a refined healer that no one needs.
So how do you feel about finally defeating the Shambler after all these many months?
I felt like the
It was
ending
bad.
part where it just died undescriptably was kind of
What do you mean?
Anticlimactic.
It was forced off a ledge by a werewolf. What's not epic about that?
Maybe
I
the
don't
fact
know.
that the werewolf wasn't there all those months ago.
And the epic part was when you critical hit it for like 58 damage.
that was epic. I was like stabbed it and it somehow didn't die by stabbing its face.
Yeah. Well, he had like 230 hit points. It was real close when he was at like 215, 219, 229. I was like, oh, one more hit.
Only one more hit.
Triple
So-
slashed it. I was like, if only the other one wasn't a low roll, it would have died by a
So
square
Ninja-
slash from Sword
What's
Art
up?
Online.
So Father Arid is. I was going to have him become a paladin. I wasn't sure if he should stay a cleric 1 and become a paladin 2, or if he should completely reclass to paladin 3. What would fit with the theme of the game thus far?
I think the best thing to do is to do one class, because when you hit level 3, you get those actual like archetype bonuses. So you should probably do one or the other, either level 3 cleric or level 3 paladin.
I think he's going to be very inspired by what he's seen in the darkest dungeon and just, vow to destroy the evil.
Oh yeah.
and
Well, I
just
mean,
become a paladin if that works for you. I think there's a pretty good way to
Big
roleplay that
hand
in.
will smite
It makes sense.
things.
he would have a vendetta because they took his arms and legs away.
Yeah, exactly. And
How's
now,
that? He lost
and I-
his arms and legs in the darkest dungeon.
Oh, not
yeah,
in the
they
darkest
dragged him in
dungeon.
there,
Oh, okay.
but the cultists shoot him off.
Wasn't it
and ate
the?
them.
It was
I-
the party that,
Cannibals.
that idiot woman took.
I thought it was the giants. Wasn't it the giants that like the hag had sons and they had a bunch of prisoners and they were eating all their arms and legs? It was either that or it was the
yeah.
fishmen. The fishmen also had some prisoners.
It
I
all
think.
comes back to the darkest dungeon, though. He knows this.
Yeah. This is the source of the evil,
So-
all of the monstrosities.
So
Right.
DM,
And
What's up?
so,
this is the feat that I'm. How do you spell tongue? I can't remember.
Tongue.
Keep thinking there's a U in it.
so
Tongue.
Ninja,
Wrong place.
I will. I'll shoot the link when I get a chance, but I'll level him up to level 3 Paladin of Vengeance then.
Okay.
I think that makes sense thematically.
Ooh, he's gonna be a smiting crazy hard hitter soon.
So I've put the
Well,
feat.
he'll only be level 3.
Still, like by level 3, you have the smites, so he can dump all of his stuff into one big hit.
And then run away.
And if it's a human, he'll be doing even extra damage from that
Yeah.
freaking maul. Or what did he call it? An earth shaker ball?
Something like that. It's like an
I think he called
adamantine
it an
mall.
adamantine earth shaker mall of humanoid killing.
What a
I
weapon.
forgot to RP this, but like, yeah, after we got the key from the Shambler's temple, I started smashing all the pillars to try to collapse it with the Tears hammer.
Okay. You smash them all apart. Destroy the altar of the Shambler.
Whatever happened to that orb?
You took it with you?
Wait. Well,
The
who has
Shambler's
it?
orb?
It's on the loot
Yeah.
card. He-Man's probably got it.
Are you bringing it to my
carry
mansion?
Sure.
That's my question. Where are you going to leave it?
In your basement for now, where I sleep.
All right then. In your All right then. It's in my mansion.
Yeah.
Just
Unless
But-
you
And Zalder, when he
have
found
like
out-
a altar or temple thing to, I don't know, display cabinet, something it.
well, there's a church. Is there a church next to where I live, or is this just what you use to symbolize where the barons and Bishop Erosi lives? Ninja?
The Baron did have his own private church. So there is a small church next to the Baron's mansion where the Bishop Erosi does his services. He hangs out there because you guys are friends. So
Okay, so I'll put it up here, and I'll show it off to everyone eventually. Once I've shown it off, everyone can decide what the hell they want to do with it.
Well, Zalder's just when he figured out he can't actually use it as a lab unless he can see in the dark permanently, he lost interest rather quickly with that. It's hard
So
to
yeah,
do research in the pitch black.
Ninja. I've decided this is going to be my next feat, which I have to say it does kind of fit a bit too well for my character when you start reading it. And the background for how I got it instead of Elven Accuracy is just the fact that I've been spending all my time around nobles
sorry.
and learning how to lie.
Where are you pinging?
Hamlet.
The Hamlet. Let me see.
Silver tongue.
Thing is, it's an Unearthed Arcana one. It's a bit of a find.
Unearthed Arcana. Conversational skills to better deceive. Increased charisma. That's your
Elven
caster
Accuracy
stat,
already
isn't
does that. Yeah, Elven Accuracy already does it, so it's just keeping it how it is. 20.
Okay. Seems wasteful. If you're already at 20, seems wasteful.
Well, the point is if I choose a different feat, then my charisma goes to 19.
Oh, so this brings it to 20 from 19.
Yes.
Well, that's still
Oh,
for
no,
your, still good for your casting, though,
rid of
right?
it.
What was that?
You're getting rid of Elvish.
Elven Accuracy, yeah. Yeah. Which isn't worth it anymore.
Take the attack action. You can replace one of your attack rolls with an attempt to deceive a humanoid. What?
Wait, humanoid? This isn't going to work against monsters, is it?
Many
No.
many monsters are humanoids. Like
Anything in the Darkest Dungeon?
most of the things in the Darkest Dungeon are humanoids. Not the Scorpion Men. They are monstrosities. Not the
What about-
Shambler, but it does count for the witches and the brawlers and the regular cultists. They all count as humanoids.
But they don't take up the majority.
Oh yeah,
And when we,
for sure
and when
they
we
do.
go into it,
It's just
and
the
when we
big
take it,
the big bosses wouldn't count, but all the regular enemies would.
what about fish? Fish people.
They are humanoid, yeah. It wouldn't count for any of the beasts that you just fought, but those were a weak enemy anyway, so who cares?
All right. But yeah, I don't think it's that game breaking. You just get advantage on one humanoid creature at the cost of an attack roll. In some cases, it may even be better to just deal damage. Which is what I'm thinking now.
This can continuously happen until the enemy dies. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna kill you. Yeah, I'm still not gonna kill you. Attack again. You fall for it every time.
Oh, hang on. Your attack rolls against it have advantage. Hang on.
And it lasts a turn.
Lasts until the end of your next turn, or until you use this ability on a different target. Oh, fucking hell. Never mind, it's shit. It only lasts 1 turn. I'd rather use fucking... What's it called? What's that really bad cantrip? True Strike. I'd rather use True Strike than that.
Isn't there a combat casting one? It's really good.
What, Warcaster?
Is that what it's called? Let me look.
Not good for my build.
Warcaster. It would help with concentration saves if you had to make them.
Not good for my build, though. Advantage on con saves for spells. No longer need somatic components when you have a shield or a weapon. And you can cast a spell as an opportunity attack. Again, just not good for my build. The other thing I'm looking at, if that's out of the question, is a new Eldritch Invocation that they've incorporated into Tasha's Hideous Cauldron, which basically now you can choose to have a... hang on, I'll look up the name for it. You can now choose to have an Eldritch Invocation instead of a feat.
Is that Eldritch Adept? Studying occult lore, you unlocked Eldritch powers within yourself. You learn one Eldritch Invocation option of your choice.
That's the one. And I was thinking about that because since I'm already a warlock, I could choose the brand new investment of the Chainmaster.
Yeah, that's probably a better one to pick than that one you just had.
Yeah. Have you seen the new investment of the Chainmaster?
No, I've never looked at any warlock stuff.
Oh, ho, ho. Let me just... I gotta show you. It's quite charming.
Yeah, when I play, I usually play a fighter or a wizard. Those are the classes I tend to like.
Where the hell is I in the alphabet? There it is.
What else are we doing in here? We're taking a week of downtime? Is the world gonna explode in a week?
Not any more than it already was. I mean, you're currently in a horrible winter with giant tentacles swirling in the distance, but aside from that, the end of the world hasn't happened just yet.
Okay. I
There it
was wondering if the I don't know, killing the Shambler slowed it down any.
The Shambler will have no impact. He's only the boss of level 1. There's still 2 more floors with far worse things on them.
So this is the other one, which is, again, quite interesting. As a bonus action, you can command your familiar to take the attack action.
That's cool with imps because they have that poisonous tail.
Yes, but you, my darling, have introduced cantrip stones. Haven't you?
Yep.
What's that got to do with them taking an attack action, though?
Because the attack action also counts as an attack roll, so I can give him an Eldritch Blast stone. It won't be able to attack 2 targets like mine.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
alright.
wait, will it? No,
Fair
wait,
enough.
it will. Sorry. It will be able to attack 2 targets, but
Don't
it
you have
won't
to
be
use
able
the
to
twin
trigger that.
feature to get that?
No,
if he
that's
doesn't, if he doesn't
well-
have twin, I don't think it would work.
No, that's not how it works. You're thinking of the warlock, the sorcerer thing. No, Eldritch Blast always instead of
Cast
adding
2
extra
beams.
dice.
Okay,
Instead of adding extra dice, it adds more beams.
gotcha.
But he wouldn't be able to add his charisma modifier like I do because he doesn't have agonizing blast, Eldritch, and bow.
Right. All right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So it would just be 2d10s. But don't worry, I'm not putting that spell on it. I'm putting. He's just going to be spamming the d12 one. Oh no, wait, he can't. That's a saving throw.
Yeah, Toll of the Dead's pretty good. A lot of creatures have a weak wisdom save.
I can't have him do that though. It's a saving throw, not an attack roll. So it would have to be an attack. So the question is...
Well, you can just use your reaction to give it resistance against any damage it takes. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty strong one right there.
I mean, it's not that powerful. I mean, it already has resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, and silvered weapons and cold, and outright immunity to fire and poison.
You could probably
mean-
equip it, like give him some powerful magic weapon, and if he can make attack actions, then he could use like a strong magic weapon to deliver an attack.
Yep. Question is, where the hell am I going to get a tiny bow? A tiny good bow.
Well, my random generator spits stuff out like that. Probably not tiny. Maybe small is the smallest one.
You need a ton.
I thought
I don't think I've ever had a tiny one.
I thought the imp was small. Is he tiny?
He's tiny. Small as a goblin. Tiny is like a cat.
It is an imp,
Imp's
right?
tiny. Yes. I could turn it into a sprite. Sprites have bows.
If only you could enlarge him.
Well, why would I want to enlarge him?
So that you could use a bow.
That's a good point.
I mean, does he have to use it like functionally like a bow, or is it just like the spell storing ones where it's just like you kind of use it as like a stone that you just activate?
Well, the thing is, normally the imp cannot attack. You cannot make your imp do an attack action. You can only pass a spell through him. But with this feat, he could. So then it becomes an option to give the imp some sort of equipment. But you'd have to custom make some very small equipment.
Mm-hmm. And how the hell I'm meant to do that, I have no idea. He's not proficient with any weapons, so I can't... Actually, that's a good point. He can't use any weapons because he's not proficient with any.
Can I become... Wait, what? Can I become huge if I have both the ring and drink a potion of enlarge?
Wait, he doesn't use magic. So we just suffer disadvantage.
I'm pretty sure the ring cannot push you past large. I think that was a key function of the magic item.
Large Scorbeak, fly, my pretty, fly! Actually, that is a good thing. What if we put the ring on Scorbeak, turned him into a large raven? I mean, how big would he be? How big is large?
I think I'm going to say enlarge can never stack.
Okay.
Because that would just get crazy.
Ooh.
Suddenly everybody's like 10 stories tall and you're fighting krakens and tarrasques.
Kaiju battle.
Right?
That's the progression to becoming a god, isn't it?
Yep. All right, guys. I'm going to end the Twitch stream.
Okay.
If anybody has any last words for Twitch. Happy New Year, Twitch.
Just wait till we
Happy
get to
New
the
Year.
second floor.
The DM better have a good fucking reward for me killing the Shambler.